grade today.
Good afternoon and welcome to NPL South Australia. It is round 14 action today. We've got a heritage match, which is very good to see. Not heritage round, heritage match, but we'll tell you a little bit more about that as the day goes on. Welcome to the Croatian Sports Centre today. It's the Raiders hosting Campbelltown City. It's 1v4 on the table here, and it's going to be a very exciting game. Look forward to it with our friends through Facebook Live and also through YouTube Live. Today's round 14 action is proudly presented by Kanga Coach Lines. Of course, Kanga, the official transport partner of the FFSA. And also RAA, always proudly supporting soccer here in South Australia. Don't forget to get an RAA insurance quote today or any time, Rob, any time online. We'd also like to acknowledge Green Play Australia because we'll be having our Green Play Australia man of the match with 2 bottles of Claymore wines to be presented at the conclusion of this game. There you go, right on screen, Green Play Australia man of the match. 2 bottles of Claymore wines going to the winner of today's game. Today's commentary team is yours truly, Paul Pellizzari, with Rob Peppicelli. We're a bit light on again, skeleton staff, Rob.
Always, mate.
Good to
We've
have
got
you
the
come.
main 2 here, so...
Is that right? As in Chappie and Pete
That's
Senior?
right.
Okay, with
And
Jimbo keeping it all
Jimbo
together.
Keeping it all together. But, yeah, good afternoon, Paul. Good to have a traditional 3 o'clock start with a traditional heritage round, and I'm excited about it. Well, it's not heritage round like you said.
It's a heritage match.
This game is a heritage match. So, Raiders, are we calling them Adelaide Croatia today, up against Campbelltown?
Are we?
Well, it's heritage. That's their heritage.
Okay. All right.
Well, Croatia.
We'll talk about that a little bit later because I think it's something that the FFSA should look at. This is a person's initiative to do this heritage match today. So it has been sanctioned by the FFSA, obviously. So the 2 teams will be wearing their traditional strips, Adelaide Croatia, as they were formerly known, and also Campbelltown City, as they're formerly known, although they're probably known now as the Campbelltown Red Devils.
I think it was JS Sports came in as a sponsor for it.
That's where the initiative came from.
Yep.
Joe Siciliano from JS Sports, and we'll talk to Joe at halftime.
Oh, good.
And also to one of the original Adelaide Croatia Foundation members.
So both teams will be wearing their traditional
Correct.
Guernseys, what they were in the old days.
Absolutely. Let's have a look at round 13 results in the NPL SA as they come up on screen for us. And some interesting results there to look at. There we go. Kicking it off on the Friday night, I think it was. South Adelaide drawing with the Croydon Kings, so good result for South Adelaide Panthers there. And then the game that we covered Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night was a ding-dong battle, wasn't it? No goals scored in that game, but I'm hearing some news about Adelaide City. They might have picked up Ferreira.
Fabio.
Spitty Ferreira, yeah.
From Central Coast Mariners.
From Central Coast Mariners, that's what I'm hearing. Not 100% sure, but yeah, that's what could be happening. So that was a 0-0 draw. Raiders against Olympic last week, 1-1 draw with Olympic getting the equaliser. Blue Eagles 2. It was a good result for the Blue Eagles. 2 up against the Comets, 2-1 against the Comets. Campbelltown 3 defeated Parra Hills 1, and Metros 1 drew with Adelaide United 1. The draw specialist, you could say, Adelaide United.
Is that right? Okay, so round 14 kicked off last night, and a come-from-behind win for Adelaide Olympic, Rob. Comets 1-0 up in that game, and then Adelaide Olympic getting 2 goals and running out victors, and also adding cream on the crop for when they cream on the top when they beat them in the FFA Cup qualifier as well.
Yeah, good result for Olympic. They've picked up their 2 recruits. I think one of them scored in that game. His name is Omosis, I think. Samosis.
Yes.
Is that right?
That's
I think he scored in that game. So, yeah, well done, Olympic. 2-1. They're in the grand final of the FFA Cup next week up against Adelaide City. So, and they're in the top 6 at the moment, so which is great to see. The other games happening today down at the Adelaide City Park. West Adelaide up against the Blue Eagles. It'll be a good game as well. Croydon Kings up against Parry Hills. Also 3 o'clock kickoff at Polonia Reserve. TK Shuttle Reserve. It is Metro Stars against South Adelaide. And the Velo Football Centre, also 3 o'clock kickoff. Ports Adelaide United up against Adelaide City. Today's match of the round is, don't forget, it's proudly brought to you by Kanga. It's Croydon Kings Raiders up against Campbelltown City.
Yes, live here from the Croatian Sports Centre. Thanks to Kanga Coach Lines. Kanga, the official transport partner of the FFSA. They've got the regional round happening this year, Rob. I haven't heard too much about that.
No, I don't think it's happening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's normally around this time of year.
That's what I
and it's
thought.
normally the long weekends, if you remember.
Okay, yeah, that's
that
right.
long weekend, which was last week. So that's when they have it, roughly. So
Nevertheless,
it doesn't look like it's happening.
Kanga Coach Line's getting all the teams of the FFSA around the state, around Adelaide, around everywhere. Let's have a look at some of the head-to-heads with these two teams. Of course, in the league, the Raiders earlier this season beat Campbelltown on Campbelltown's home turf 1-0. So that was a good start to the Raiders, of course, newly promoted. And then in the cup final, we have to go back to 2016. So the most recent outing between these two teams, a 1-0 win to the Raiders on Campbelltown's home turf. Prior to that, of course, Raiders being in the State League or the second division since 2016.
Just before you continue, if you look at the players that have come onto the park, one significant thing, have you noticed?
Sorry, what was that in English?
One significant thing as the players come onto the park is the numbers. Look how big they are.
You like that, right?
I like that.
For us that are visually impaired, it's probably not a bad
It's a funny
thing.
looking 9, though.
It's 90. We got a 99 out there as well, and a 10. Yeah, it's good. Good to see. And I think
Well, that's their traditional Guernsey, what they wore in the old days. That's the Adelaide Raiders.
Okay, the Adelaide Raiders here, home against Campbelltown City of late. The last 11 times the Raiders have played Campbelltown here at home. They've had 3 wins, 1 draw and 7 losses against Campbelltown. So not good statistically reading for the Raiders today, or as they will also be known as Adelaide Croatia.
Looks good, the Guernseys. That's what they wore. It's Heritage Round here at
It's not Heritage Round.
Oh, yeah,
it's
Heritage
just a Heritage
game.
Match, which is an individual's
Well, it should be
initiative.
a Heritage Round.
Yes.
Next year will be a Heritage Round.
Well, I would hope so as well. Also, looking at the run-ins for these two teams, Campbelltown, of course, have got a good run-in.
They've had a run-in, have they?
Their run into this game.
Okay.
They've had probably 5 wins and a draw. They beat Parra Hills Knights 3-1. Who are you looking at, mate?
Robbie Lippert, our boundary rider, is he going on the other far side? Yeah,
No,
okay.
was he going on the far side? No, that's not going to probably reach. I think he's
Yeah, he might as well come on this side there, mate.
Yeah, I don't
there
think...
you go. He's doubling back.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to get him to do some exercise.
Good that you're listening to us straight away, which is great.
Unlike Ryan. Where is our good friend Ryan? Another wedding?
No, he had the dancing thing.
Dancing Queen. So Campbelltown City of late beat Parra Hills Knights 3-1. They drew with West Adelaide 1-1. They beat the Adelaide Blue Eagles 2-0. They also beat the Comets 3-0. They beat Croydon 3-2. And they beat Olympic 4-1. What a beautiful run-in this is for Campbelltown. And the Raiders, mixed results. They had a draw against Adelaide Olympic 1-1. They beat Parra Hills Knights 2-0. They beat Adelaide United 3-1. In the Cup, they drew with the Comets and lost on penalties 3-3. They beat Croydon Kings 5-1, and they lost to the Adelaide Blue Eagles 1-0.
Let's look at the table. I don't think we have looked at the table. So looking at the table, Campbelltown, as I said, I predicted, I think they'll win the minor premiership and they'll certainly give this grand final of the Premier League a bit of a shake as well. So Campbelltown on top on 27, Blue Eagles on 26, Metro's on 23. Raiders on 23, Olympic 20, Comets on 20. Outside the top 6, it's Croydon on 18, United, that's Adelaide United on 15, Parra Hills on 13, West Adelaide 11, Adelaide City on 8, South Adelaide 6. The top 6 at the moment, I don't know, I can't see that changing. I think it'll stay as is. Maybe Croydon Kings can jump up.
Yeah, fair call, Rob. 2 points separating... of course, 3 teams, Olympic, Comets,
which is true. If
Kings.
Jimbo was just pointing out, if Croydon Kings do win, they do jump into the 6.
Yeah, so those 7...
Comets and Olympic have played their extra game. They played their game last night.
So fair to say that those 7 will be fighting out the top 6.
Yep. United are in the mix as well once they get all their 5 players back from an extensive
Annual leave.
leave.
And Adelaide City still in trouble down there with West Adelaide.
I just thought I'd let George know that.
Okay, did you do your research, George?
I did.
Wasn't very happy with you
He was all right.
last week. But you did remind George of what a public relations officer does at the club.
Yes.
Yeah. So a big game for Blue Eagles and West Adelaide today. So it's not an easy game for West Adelaide. And Adelaide City up against Adelaide United Youth. So you think Adelaide United Youth, well, they'll cause them trouble as well. So no easy games down the bottom end of the table.
Like I said, with those 5 players, they've done magnificently. I know a lot of draws they've had of late, but they're still in the mix. Once they get their players back, they can certainly, if they're in the top 6, like as I did last year, they shook it up a bit, didn't they?
Certainly did. Let's have a look at the team lineups. The home team, the Raiders, of course, this round 14 action, NPL SA, proudly brought to you by Kanga Coach Lines, and the Raiders hosting Campbelltown City.
I've got to commend the coaches too. They are very helpful this year. I know we've mentioned that before, but once again, the Kuzman and Joey Marlon certainly very helpful.
Fantastic. In goals for the Raiders today, Nicholas Munro. The captain, wearing the captain's armband today, will be Adam Van Dommel, wearing the number 5. Omari Didiero, wearing the number 6. Jackson Walls, 7. Rocco Visconti, 8. Scotty Tunbridge, 9. Terence Carter, number 10. He's an excitement machine. Ollie Zafaridis, number 14. Josh Murray, 18. Yasmin Sudic, 91, and 99 is Emmanuel Okello-Phillip. The reserves for the Raiders today, Jackson Bullen, David Karossi, Aaron Acton, Jake Monaco, and Vasilios Trifopoulos, who's the reserve keeper.
So that's the lineup for the Raiders. Round 14 today, the NPLSA brought to you by Kanga. So looking at the Campbelltown Red Devils lineup today, is number 20, Nicholas Harpers, is in goals. Number 4 is the captain of Campbelltown Red Devils, Ian Fife. Number 5 is Matty Mullen. 6 is Dion Kirk, just struggled with injury, but back into that lineup. Number 7 is Joel Allwright. 8 is Alex Mullen. Number 9, Mark Marino. Number 10, Luigi Di Troia. Number 22, it is Hoyi Matsumoto. 23 is Jake Halliday. And number 2 is Sean Harvey. That's the starting 11 for the Campbelltown Red Devils. On the bench for the Red Devils is number 11, Anthony Torre. 12 is Jacob Williams. 15 is Anthony Piscineri. 17 is Brandon Santafanti. The reserve goalkeeper, it is number 1, Jamie Signorello. Referee for today's clash, it is Mr. Cook, Captain Cook himself, Daniel Cook. And his assistant is Aaron Galanti, and the other assistant is Cole Davey. That's the officials for today's clash. Got to mention quickly, I'm a grandfather again. My son and his beautiful wife has had a baby boy.
I was just going to put out a public warning that there are now 2 Rob Peppicellis in this world.
Yes.
Look out the world.
I am so proud, and little Robbie Peppicelli.
Congratulations to
Robbie
Dom and
Joseph
Olivia, of course.
Peppicelli.
Dom and Olivia for making it all happen.
Yes.
Mr. Peppicelli, grandfather again. Let's, speaking of
Number
grandfather.
2, not forgetting my beautiful granddaughter, Aaliyah. She's 18 months old.
Speaking of grandparents, let's go down our boundary rider, Robbie Lippert. Very good afternoon.
Sorry, Robbie.
G'day, boys. How you going, all right?
Good.
Good, mate. You're way too young to be a grandfather, of course. But just down there at Boundary Side, how's the atmosphere in this heritage match?
It is filling up quickly here. Obviously, Raiders dominating the supporters. Can't wait. I haven't seen any of these teams play this year, obviously, because I'm at the same time. But, really looking forward to it. Should be a cracker.
Now, there's a fair chance that gentleman out there with a hat, you can see on screen, I think it might be Svetko Milanovic, who I'll be having a chat with at half-time. But good to see with the traditional Croatian ladies by his side. Magnificent.
Robbie, if you want to stand up, just look at the cameras so we can get you. So
just make sure
there we go.
He's not a grandfather, but look at him.
We got him on the boundary.
But we haven't got him on the screen. We'll just get him on the screen there, fellas. As there we go, panning out to our young boundary rider, Robbie Lippert. Magnificent. Good to have you on board again, Robbie.
Thank you, boys. Looking forward to it.
You got a big game yourself today?
Yeah, we've got McCalla in the local derby down there for Cumberland. So we're all excited about that. Should be a cracker.
Okay, appreciate that on game day to be a boundary rider. It's a very good effort.
Yeah, I haven't told the coach yet, so hopefully hopefully he doesn't see this. But I'll be shooting off straight after the game.
Somehow I reckon he's going to find out. The toss has been made in the centre of the ground. It is a heritage match today. An initiative of Joe from JS Sports. We'll have a chat to him at half time as well.
So they'll be the Croatian dancers, don't they?
Yes. their traditional dancers. And I reckon that might be Svietko out there, who is a sprightly 89 years of age.
And you're having a chat with him.
I'm going to have a chat with him at half-time. Svietko Milanovic, pretty sure that would be him. And what a
Great
nice touch there.
Yeah.
I really believe we've got to have heritage rounds here in the FFSA.
If the FFSA are watching this game, we need a heritage round.
Now, we're going to have a minute's silence, which the Campbelltown boys are ready for, but not so much the Raiders yet.
Not sure what's the 1 minute silence for, so if anyone can let us know through the Facebook page, on the Football Federation SA's Facebook page. Not forgetting, you can also get the vision on the YouTube, FFSA TV. Get on that and you'll be able to get the game beautifully. You can watch it on your big screen at home. Heritage round. Heritage game. 1 minute silence.
There it is, the 1 minute silence, nicely observed by the crowd here. The irony is it missed on some of our Facebook viewers. Daniel Cook, old Captain Cook, discovered
Good quality
Australia.
referee.
Discovered Australia, how many odd years ago? A couple of 100 years ago. And we're having a heritage match.
Oh, isn't that, ironic?
Very ironic. So it'll be Campbelltown in the traditional red strip going to right of screen. It'll be the Raiders in their white strip today going to left of screen. Their original Adelaide Croatia strip. And we're live
I think the
here.
Campbelltown strip, they were telling me it was the 1960s uniform they were wearing.
Hasn't strayed too much
60s
today.
or 70s, I can't remember what he was saying. I'm pretty sure it's...
Quick tips around the table.
I'll go for the home team, Raiders.
I'll go for Campbelltown in a very tight tussle. If Carter's switched on, very tight, but I will go for Campbelltown. Robbie, down to you.
Yeah, looking at the team sheet in front of me, I can't pass Campbelltown either, guys.
Yeah, they're a good team, aren't they?
Top versus fourth.
Yep, missing Daniel Mullen today. He's gone to Scotland. Went to one of the McGovern boys. Getting married, I think.
Carter over the... Oh, fell. That could be the first foul of the afternoon, and it is. Conceded by Campbelltown. And he's the man to watch, Terence Carter. An explosive dynamite machine, excitement machine.
I think he's top goal scorer, equal top goal scorer with Ponendes. Terence Carter.
Zafaridis now for the Raiders to put this ball deep into their attacking half.
He's scored 11 goals so far this season, along with Ponendes. He's got 11 goals so
Get
far.
some good distance on that. Maybe try to catch the keeper out, but in the end, very easy for Nicholas Harpus. His first touch of the ball. And Campbelltown come out of their defensive half.
They're on the right-hand side. They're trying to look for Matsumoto in the way, though. The Raiders, Oliver Safaridis. So they go. Campbelltown, Marino was there. Into attack they go. Offside flag up, was it?
Don't know. Can't see.
I think it is offside. Referee. Let's see
Pete gives me a look. Sorry, mate. I thought you were made of glass when we did that.
No, it was a throw-in.
Sorry.
It wasn't an offside call. The ball was out. So right in front of our commentary position here at the Croatian Sports Centre, it is Raiders Croatia up against Campbelltown. Today's match proudly brought to you by Kanga. As it goes, Campbelltown, Alex Mullen goes short to Harvey. Harvey looking for Matsumoto in the way. Ends up with Okello Phillip looking for Carter. Matty Mullen was there. Harvey. Captain Fife. Plenty of experience there. Mullen to Harvey. Campbelltown keeping possession. They go backwards. Matty Mullins just sends it forward into attack. But Raiders holding strong. Sudic couldn't quite find his mark. It goes over the sideline for a throw-in to Campbelltown.
So Campbelltown in their attacking half. It's all right, I've got the great screen here. Pete Senior back from overseas. Just got back in this morning, speaking of dedication, Rob.
Yeah.
And Chappie back on board, coming back from holidays.
So we've got to be worried about jet lag.
Yes. So nice little back heel from Kirk. Ball finds its way to Harvey. Inboard to Mullen. Marino, that is, on this occasion. Marino takes I thought maybe he just crossed it into the hot spot. Here's a chance still for Mullen now. He's at the edge of the box for Campbelltown, trying to bustle his way through, but it is Adelaide Croatia coming away with it. Carter now can run onto it, does so. Not too much in support, so had the nutmeg, did well, but coming across to save the day was Joel Allwright. And out of play for a throw-in.
Good to see Mark Marino back into the squad as well. He's had plenty of injuries. Good to see him fit and ready to go. Looks in good shape, as it is Safaridis. Goes short. Could have gone to Sudic, I reckon that was there. He was. Looking left side of the park.
Visconti.
Goes to Visconti. Got past. Chance for Raiders.
Ooh.
That clearance was a funny one.
Well, they had the back of Fife, accidentally, of course, and could have gone anywhere, really, in fairness. But
big long clearance there by Harpers. Dedoro was there. Okello Phillip. Sudic. Finding Safaridis. It's a nice looking cross there. Chance for cool. I thought Carter was going to crack it. Luckily, Allwright was there. And that's gone over the sideline on the far side, throwing to Campbelltown Red Devils.
Was about to pull the trigger there, wasn't he?
Certainly was.
Timely intercept by Joel Allwright. Campbelltown have the ball on the far side. Beautiful conditions for soccer here. NPL SA. Round 14 action. And Halliday with the take two on the throw-in. Comes in board to Troyer. Back to Halliday. Gee, Buffs tried to bustle his way through. Referee says it's all legal. Question marks by the Raiders players, but it's Troyer who leaves it now. All right. Trying to switch the play. Looks up again. This time he'll go down the line. Good run by Marino. He's onside. Marino's in the box. One-on-one with the keeper. Angle against him. Great save. And great clearance by Van Dommel in the end.
Yeah, good save by Munro. And a good opportunist by Mark Marino. He's looking great, as I said before. Looking sharp. Good shot there. As you see that in the replay.
Interesting decision with Scott Tunbridge sitting at the back. That's the second defender next to Van Dommel, guys.
No, he plays up front, doesn't he?
Throw into Campbelltown. Harvey goes short. Finds Mullen. Almost bustled off the ball. Free kick it is. So first foul of the afternoon conceded by the Raiders. Quickly taken.
Quickly taken goes to Captain Fife. Looking for Matsumoto. Good to see a player like Scotty Tunbridge in that lineup, Robbie. He's been around a long time. Remember him in the Adelaide City days.
Definitely a huge experience. He's given me some grief over the years, and it'd be a bit of a relief to Fife. He's seen him back there for sure.
So throw in here for Raiders. The Croatian team gets it down the line, looking for Visconti. Carter was there. Tried to find the play there in Maury. We haven't seen the Raiders the matches around for a while. Go short and Campbelltown, both those two teams we haven't seen for a while. It is in the back line.
It's the Troy doing back there.
Troy looking for Matsumoto. Zafaridis did well, read it well. Now he's got to try and get part. Harvey did well too. Matsumoto cuts a back chance. Is that Marino? Try to get past the play, but it's clear here by Raiders. Carter. And Alex Mullen has got the ball. Goes back to Harvey.
Beautiful
back
move.
to Mullen. They did that twice as they go around. Campbelltown looking good at the moment. But Raiders are trying to clear it. Van Dommel. Is that Van Dommel it is? Captain Van Dommel. And he's given away a free kick.
Another foul. Let's have a look at that on the replay. There was nothing malicious in it, just going for the ball. Just watching back earlier, that was the beautiful through play. But here comes the... Just going to clear it. Oh, might be a bit late if you want to be super critical, but Nothing malicious.
He's a tough nut, Van Dommel.
Both these two teams, boys, only conceded 15 goals so far this season in 13 rounds of football. Campbelltown, however, have scored 31 and the Raiders 26. 4 points separates them on the table. It's bound to be a close game, this heritage game. So Detroit now with a free kick for Campbelltown. It's a low one, dangerous, but no one. Fife, he wanted to get on the end of that. He saw this, you can see on screen, he was angry with himself. Must have taken a touch, yeah. So it'll be a corner to Campbelltown.
Omari Didero. Is that what we're going to say? Didero.
Who's that?
Number 6. Wasn't happy with that decision. Didero. Campbelltown goes short. They go in, draw all right. Looking for Marino. Under the pump Raiders at the moment.
Sure.
Campbelltown are certainly looking good, Robbie.
Yeah, definitely. Guys, the surface is really uneven down here, and Campbelltown are playing through the lines and getting the ball on the floor and making them work. So, yeah, it's looking great.
You did pick that up earlier, Mr. Peppicelli, that the ground looked a little bit uneven for your liking. So Campbelltown in defence, work their way out slowly.
They need a government grant.
Oh, not another artificial surface, please.
Oh, well, they're all going that way, Paul. Might as well make them all
I
like
don't think
that.
the players like it after asking one of them a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
It's
true.
Raiders on the far side. Adelaide, Croatia, as they were known back in, as you can see, 1952 established. And it's Marino to Halliday. Going forward for Campbelltown now. Plays it wide, Matsumoto. Hot on his hammer is Wolves.
You switch flanks with play up front there, Luigi De Troia. That's Matsumoto going to the left.
It's a goal kick to the Raiders in their heritage strip today. White with a blue and red slash, signifying the Croatian flag colours. Red, white and blue.
So De Troia in the way. Trying to get it once again. It'll go, no, it's kept it in. Marino kept it in well. Did well in the end. Got it to all right. Campbelltown looking good. Goes to his captain in Ian Fife. Steps on it. Cleverly does. Then squares it to Harvey. They're playing quite well, aren't they?
They are. Beautiful ball movement.
On this difficult pitch. And that last pass wasn't a good one. Trying to find Mullen. Alex Mullen goes over the goal line for a goal kick.
Just off the side of the boot. The pitch might have had something to do with that. So no goals on the Green Play Australia scoreboard. Green Play Australia time clock. Just over 10 minutes have ticked over this first half. Round 14 action thanks to Kanga Coach Lines. The official transport partner of the FFSA, Matsumoto, has hurt himself. And it's 1v4 on the table today. Campbelltown on top with 27 points. The Raiders in fourth spot with 23. And you can get interactive with us if you like on Facebook Live.
That player hasn't moved.
Matsumoto.
Yeah, it looked like a head collision, guys. He got up pretty high as well.
Okay.
His arms are moving, so that's a good sign. But not that much of his body is moving, in fairness. Trainer out there with him. Other games happening today, Robbie?
Yeah, big games happening around the grounds today.
Adelaide United and Adelaide City was a dangerous one, and the Blue Eagles and West Adelaide. No score updates yet. All 3 o'clock kickoffs.
I'll check it out for you.
Fair chance, all 0-0 still. He's up, Matsumoto, so that's good.
Where would you say fair chance? I reckon fair chance would be a score. You're correct, mate.
No.
It's all 0-0.
Gee, it's funny about that, isn't it?
We've played 15 minutes, haven't we? Am I dreaming? 11 and a half. 11 and a half minutes.
So Fifey does the sporting thing and gives the ball back.
Good to see so many games at 3 o'clock.
Tunbridge goes short. Didiero goes to his captain for today, Van Dommel. Back to Tunbridge. Gee, there's some experience back there, isn't there? Tunbridge goes long and across the park. And in the end does find Sudic. Needs some support.
Oh, nice.
Tries a through ball to Carter, but too close to the keeper. And Harper says, thank you very much.
So Campbelltown with the ball. They go into attack through all right. Looking for Matsumoto. Nice ball too. Matsumoto, can he control it? Does so. Looks for support. Tries to get down. Goes a low worm burner. Still got it. Okay, now he chips it up. Back post there was Marino. It's cleared here by Raiders as far as Alex Mullen tried one. But it's cleared here. They're under the pump. The Raiders. Visconti. Good tackle. Got it. The ball.
Maybe not that
but
good.
from behind.
So watch that on the replay as the referee.
How'd you see that, Robbie?
There's nothing in that great challenge.
From behind, though, they say.
Oh.
She didn't get much of the ball there, Robbie.
Oh, I think he got it. I don't know.
Well, I'm watching the replay
He got
now.
the ball. He got the ball.
No, he didn't get much of the ball, and that's probably why and from behind. So Mr. Daniel Cook was right on the money. Foul by Mullen. Second foul conceded by Campbelltown this half, thanks to Green Play Australia.
So Captain Van Dommel, he's been around a long time, hasn't he? Won some championships with Metro Stars. I reckon he started as a youngster at Raiders, if I remember quite clearly, as it is on the far side at the moment. Trying to go short. Matsumoto's been busy, hasn't he? Running around a fair bit as Mullen loses it. Goes to Okello Phillip. Sudic was there. Ends up with Safaridis. Visconti. Nice ball looking for Sudic. Good tackle though.
Now that's all the ball.
By Harvey. And that's out for the first corner kick. Oh.
Yes, first corner for Raiders this half, thanks to Green Play Australia.
What's the free kick count?
Raiders have conceded 2, and so have Campbelltown.
2 apiece, so corner kick to Raiders. It'll be a right-footed in-swinger. Josh Murray taking it. Hasn't touched the ball a lot in this first 14 minutes as it's a low one. Visconti's got it. Likes the shape of it. Murray sends it back in, close to the keeper. And Harper's wins the ball and throws it out left-hand side.
That's a goal attempt I'm going to put.
Yep.
Because it was on target and the keeper had to deal with it. And why not Murray from distance? So throw in to the Raiders, who have crept back into this game after a lot of pressure from Campbelltown earlier on. See if they can keep hold of the ball. They don't. Mullen on the far side, almost dispossessed by Walls. And Walls gives away the free kick.
Mark Yona from on the Facebook page, and the message says, great tackle in 1982.
Yes, probably would have got away with it
Spot
in 82. But not in this day and age, unfortunately, as Halliday will leave it for Fife. Far side of the ground. Beautiful day here at the Croatian Sports Centre. Round 14 action, thanks to Kanga Coach Lines. This ball in dispute on the halfway line. Okello Phillip lays it off to Visconti. It's not a great ball, and Detroit, well, he's turned it over. Raiders will end up with it through Sudic. Goes short. It's Didiero. He's turned it over cheaply as Mullen now plays it back to Harvey under pressure. Clears the ball over the halfway line. Van Dommel under it. Gets his head on it. Detroit couldn't control it on the first. Zafaridis up the line but turns it over. Mullen should clear, but good pressure by Carter. And keeps the ball in the attacking half of the Raiders.
Score update, boys. Thanks to Green Play Australia. Adelaide United Youth 1. Adelaide City 0.
Oh.
And those other games are all 0-0. State League, there's a big game happening. White City against Sturt Lions. White City, I think you're interested in that, Robbie Levitt. White City 1, Sturt Lions 2. Only 16 minutes played.
Yeah, wow, that's an interesting one. But where's that being played? Is that down at White City?
Yeah, White City's ground.
Yes.
Zafaridis with a throw-in for Adelaide Raiders. Or we'll call them Croatia today. Adelaide Croatia. Heritage game. Carter off the side of the boot. Sudic hacks it forward, giving chase is Murray. Haven't caught him much. He's dumped by Halliday, and Halliday comes away with the ball for Campbelltown, but held up. And what's the referee blind for?
Bit of a shirt pull there, boys.
Yeah, shirt pull, yeah.
Thank you.
Wasn't an advantage, so he pulled it back.
Pardon the pun. Shirt pull.
Shirt pull, yeah, I didn't mean that. I'm a jokester. As it goes out to the LA Croatia Raiders. Lose out though. Campbelltown have got it. Dion Kirk.
That's a foul.
He's had a lot of injuries too, Dion Kirk. Back into the side again. Marino looking sharp. Get a great ball to Detroit. Right hand side. Got past one. Got the chance to cut it back. No one's there though.
Well, the top of the penalty spot there, you had Marino lurking. He was probably hoping there was someone far post, but there wasn't. So wasted opportunity for Campbelltown. Kello Phillip now. Tunbridge to Diero. Back to the keeper. Munro almost to the halfway line. All right, turns it over. Comes to Sudic. Sudic now looking for Carter, finds him. But a poor first touch, sees the ball out of play. And I think the boys in the club rooms here are watching the game. So a big cheerio to the boys and girls in the Adelaide Croatia club rooms watching the live stream of this.
It's a beautiful day. You can come out and watch it.
Sometimes it's good to sit there, have a bite to eat and a bit of a drink.
If you're serving the bar, I suppose it's good.
There's now the Raiders with Zafaridis to go for the safety of the line. So throw into Campbelltown. It's going to be Harvey to come across and take it. Good win to the Matildas the other morning.
Yeah, top win.
Against unfavourable media, they think. Carter, beautiful feet. Comes away for the Raiders. Harvey hot on his Abma. So's Mullen. 2 to beat. It's going to be hard to beat him. Gets fouled. Play on, says the referee. And Sean Harvey plays it short to Matty Mullen. Plays it to his namesake Alex. But it's turned over Visconti now. Ball for Murray on the far side. Bathed in sunshine. Josh Murray and Halliday go at it. And Halliday comes out the winner.
Could be a good ding-dong battle between those two players because they're very good quality players. If they go into attack Campbelltown in the ways Van Dole, not a good clearance. Scotty Tunbridge did well. Unfamiliar in the back line, Scotty Tunbridge. Knows where the goals are. I presume if they're down, they'll switch them up front. As Marino goes short to Dion Kirk.
Offside flag up.
The shot was taken, but
against Campbelltown.
Be an offside call, so Munro will take this free kick for the Raiders. Nicholas Munro sends it over the halfway line, looking for Carter. Carter tried to get his back header to it. In the way was Matty Mullen. It is Raiders going into attack. The Croatian team goes for Visconti, and it fell beautifully for him. Maybe could have done a bit better than that.
He's definitely going to be disappointed.
In that position. When he got to that position, at least
make the keeper work.
Yeah. That was still a good shot in the end.
Keeper will say out of cover because he was on the right side, but yeah.
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, he was there.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I don't think he would have got that.
Oh, yeah.
No way. Anyhow, it is back in the action. Best opportunity of the game. Robbie, you think that one?
Sorry, say it again, boys.
Was that the best opportunity of the game so far?
Have to be so far, definitely. Yeah. Look, Raiders really taking no chances at the back. The 4 aren't moving at all, and the 2 6s or 2 defensive midfielders, I should say, they're not going anywhere. So really locking it down at the back, and the rotations from Campbelltown are definitely happening. I think I've counted about 7 times these boys have swapped positions.
Certainly a good quality team, Campbelltown Red Devils. Did the treble last year, didn't they? Minor premiers, championship team, and won the national competition as well.
NPL champions, Australia-wide.
Which qualified them for the FFA Cup, round of 32.
So Carter now, the ball.
Not forgetting next week, it is the grand final of the FFA Cup. The South Australian one, that is. Olympic against Adelaide City.
Ball into the box. Murray had 2 to beat, but it's come to Kello Phillip, who I thought he was going to maybe try a shot from distance, and Carter with an awful opportunity, but it's going to go down as a goal attempt, well off target. That's their second. Yeah, the FFA Cup qualifier for South Australia next week. It's the Federation Cup, I suppose, here of the old days at High Marsh. 2:30 kick-off next week.
It's going to be a beauty.
At High Marsh, so whoever wins that game gets a ticket to the national stage, the
the only way
FFA Cup.
It's the only way we're getting 2 South Australians. We've got to win the NPL championship.
Which is a bit rough.
It is. Now that we've got all the amateurs in, I think it's very unfair what they've done.
But apparently it didn't meet the
FFA?
criteria.
Oh. Anyhow, we can argue that another time. Up went Okello, Phillip and Marino. Well read there by Scotty Tunbridge. Goes out to Visconti. Right-hand side of the park. Who's that fellow on that right-hand side?
Walls.
Walls, Jackson Walls. Safaridis was there.
Well done.
Got to it, did well. Push off. Not sighted there by the referee. But Harvey goes to Ian Fife, Captain Fife. Left-hand side of the park, lurking there was 23, Jake Halliday. Still, it's Campbelltown, Dion Kirk. That's a funny back pass. Goes to Alex Mullen. Murray, I think, is swapped side as well. As it goes to Josh Harvey. He's on the left side now. So, Detroyer, left-hand side. Jake Halliday can get the cross there. It's a nice look at one. Marino should have done better. Got there. Should have headed it down. I think he realises it too. That was a great ball there by Jake Halliday.
100%. Watch this on the replay. Louis Detroyer, very beautifully balanced player. Halliday, beautiful delivery. Halliday into the box. And lurking was Marino, but just straight at the keeper. Either side, that would have been a goal. 3 goal attempts by Campbelltown, all on target, which means that Munro's made 3 saves.
Once he got in that position, Rob should have put it away.
Yeah, definitely can't miss that one, boys. He'll be very disappointed in that. And that build-up play looked great from down here. Would look way better from up there as well.
Yes.
Robbie Libbitt, our boundary rider today.
2 in a row from the lip. As Mullen comes away with it now, tries to thread the eye of the needle to Marino. He goes to Detroyer. Detroyer right-hand attacking side. To the box, takes it to the byline, but gee, good defensive work by Zafaridis. Wins out in the end, Zafaridis. And Van Dommel up the line. Carter, always 2 to beat, unfortunately, but this time wins a free kick.
It's a good nickname for Robbie.
The lip.
The lip. There you go.
I won't be able to help you next week, boys. Unfortunately, I'll be in Bali.
The lip going to Bali.
Yep.
What are you going there for?
A bit of sun for a few days. Got the weekend off.
It's a tough life, isn't it?
Once again, haven't told the coach, so
Did you tell your coach anything, Robbie?
It depends how tonight goes.
Who is the coach down at Cumbio?
Neil Young.
Oh, Neil Young, yeah, he's a good coach.
So long searching ball by Van Dommel. Murray the target. Coming across was Joel Allright. Goes for the safety of the line, out of play. So top of the table clash here, 1v4, and it's still 0-0 on the Green Play Australia scoreboard. Green Play Australia time clock. Just over 25 minutes has ticked over this first half.
So throw in there by Safaridis, looking for Murray. Murray shoots, goes to Carter. He's got the chance to crack it. Ooh. Does crack it, and wide of the mark there. Out for a goal kick. Good opportunity for Raiders there.
It's their third off target.
Yeah, both teams having their chances.
Murray and Carter combining more fortuitously. It took a deflection. Carter on his left, but angle against him. No one that back post lurking. So the Raiders still 0-0 with Campbelltown, separated by 4 points on the table. Both teams have only conceded 15 goals this season. So both sporting very good defensive lines. As the ball trickles out of play, Harvey to take the throw in, Detroyer the target. Chips it forward, Tunbridge there, reads it best. Zafaridis clears it. Visconti heads it on, Carter onside. Mullen goes for the safety of the line. And that's out of play. Into the grandstand it goes. There's our boundary rider, as you can see on screen. Can get a touch of the ball, but sitting down there very comfortable.
Very warm.
Very warm.
Compared to last week.
Oof. Last week was a horror.
Michael Cuscatelli just down the bottom there on the Facebook page live, just saying hello. Involved with futsal. He's Adelaide Futsal Club, playing at the Campbelltown Arc.
Five taking no chances and taking that virtually off the fingers of Harpus. going for the safety of the line. So Raiders, a good spell for them at the moment. In brought to Visconti, turns it over. Mullen to all right back to his keeper. Harpus now looks up. Just getting his charges to go forward. He's going to go long, he's indicating. That's exactly what he does. Matsumoto gets his head on it, but not effective, and that's out of play. And Walls says thank you very much for the throw-in.
So throw into the Raiders. Just on 27 and a half minutes played in the first half. Here at the Adelaide Croatian Sports Centre. Don't forget today's big match, round 14, brought to you by Kanga.
Foul, surely. Accidental, of course, but isn't it good to broadcast from a place conducive to broadcasting, Rob?
We need a few more of these places.
Well, Marden's another
West
one.
West Adelaide starting to build their complex.
Starting to build their complex.
Well, it looks good. It just hasn't been finished. That's all.
Okay, yep. So does the moon look good. That's a bit away.
As they go into attack, could have been a free kick. Goes to Murray, referee wave play on. As it goes, I thought it went back to Visconti almost. Dion Kirk is there looking for Matsumoto. Not a good pass there. Goes over the sideline for a throw-in. Jackson Walls looks for support. Didero is there. Omari Didero looking for the ball, but he decides to go towards Visconti. Captain Fife was there. Visconti wins it. Back to Walls it goes. Matsumoto hacks it out of the fence in towards the centre of the ground. Mark
Marino tripped over his own feet.
He was too fast for himself, I think. He did well then. Got it to Alex Mullen. Going for a gallop there is Halliday. It's a good play when he goes forward. Matsumoto. Alex Mullen. Okello Phillip is there too. Wins it. Goes short to Visconti. Here I go. Looks for Carter. Oh, he won the ball.
No, he's too isolated for me. Too isolated.
And easily taken here by Harpers. And Captain Fife has got the ball on the left side.
Fife goes in board to all right. Campbelltown. Gee, hard through ball. Marino didn't know too much about it when it hit his scon. Matsumoto finds Detroyer, who finds Mullen. Back to Detroyer. Mullen widen out to Matsumoto. In board to Detroyer. Harvey, Mullen. Plenty of possession. Not too much penetration. Sliding challenge. Lucky not to give away the free kick there as Mullen tries a back heel. Okello Phillip read a best. Visconti now. Through ball. Well done, Carter. Let it go through for Maury. But Harvey was equal to it. Sees it out of play for a throw into Campbelltown.
Quickly taking. Goes out to Joe Allwright. Luckily ends up with Detroyer. Here's a chance for Marino. And he will be offside.
Yes. Second one of the afternoon, Rob, thanks to Green Play Australia.
Certainly looking sharp, isn't he, Marino? I like that. He's had that injury for 2 seasons and just looking good at the moment. Let's hope we'll see him back in the A-League.
Fairly even match so far, Robbie?
Yeah. Look, considering the conditions of the field, the boys are actually moving the ball around really well, and they both have opportunities to score. It could be 2-0 up either way. So
it's the Adelaide Raiders on the far side now.
Gee, West Adelaide 1, leading Blue Eagles 0.
Gee, that's bad for Adelaide City. I tell you what.
Oh, it's early, Paul. You can't.
Yeah, true, but you'd rather be 1-0 up than 1-0 down.
Panthers 1, leading Metro Stars 0. Croydon and Parahills, it's 0-0. West Adelaide leading 1-0 against Blue Eagles, and Adelaide United leading 1-0 against Adelaide City. Thanks to Green Play Australia.
Oh, he's hurt himself there. Zafaridis, I think. No. Yep. Watch that on the replay. Innocuous challenge. Both boys going for the ball here. Through ball. Zafaridis, Detroyer. Yeah, just a collision of bodies. Beautiful camera work, fellas. Super slow-mo Jim. Jeez, he's just with his 5 fingers on that keyboard. Jimbo's just...
It's not Jesus Jim. It's just Jim.
Okay. Jim Manning, not Jim Christ. But you know what I mean, Jimbo, doing beautiful work.
Well,
with our camera boys, of course. Pete Senior.
The live update table has Adelaide City bottom.
Gee whiz.
The live update table.
Who would have thought? Early days still, but time and rounds are ticking away as the Raiders 0-0 here with Campbelltown. 1v4. Raiders trying to get out of their defensive zone. Zafaridis couldn't. Van Dommel under pressure, chips it up the line to no one in particular. And that's gone out of play. Quickly taken throw in Campbelltown. Want to move the ball around quickly. Harvey looks up, goes backwards, all right. Under pressure from Visconti. All right, turns, finds Fife. You get your treble going again, Rob Evans. You're buying pizzas again. So, switch of play now. Matty Mullen to the far side. Referee's called offside against Campbelltown. That's the second time caught offside. So what have you got here, mate? Adelaide United to win. A draw. Who's this?
Croydon Para Hills.
And West Adelaide to beat. You tipped West Adelaide to beat Blue Eagles.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I think you've had one too
So
many
far.
champagnes in
So
celebration.
far, that's correct.
Well, Murray gets his head on it. All right, doing the defending for Campbelltown. Gets almost nudged off the ball. Did well to keep his feet. All right, goes back and gets support from Mullen. Beautifully played along the ground. Harvey now up to the halfway line for Campbelltown. Matsumoto to Mullen, the Alex type. Going through the centre circle. Now he goes wide to Halliday. Halliday looks up. A good dummy there by Detroit. Don't know if he really meant it, but he ran out of line in the end. And that'll be a throw to the Raiders.
Just over 33, almost approaching 34 minutes played in the first half here at the Croatian Sports Centre. It is a heritage game today. It's Croatia, the Adelaide Croatia Raiders up against Campbelltown. Campbelltown, always known as Campbelltown. They did switch to Campbelltown Budapest one season, or a couple of seasons.
It's Murray now going for the Adelaide Raiders, who has the shot from distance and just over the bar. Why not?
It was a partnership when Budapest went down into the second division. They teamed up with Campbelltown and entered it into a partnership. Therefore, their name was Campbelltown Budapest.
Nice history lesson there, Mr. Pepper.
Then a few years after that, I think Campbelltown went on their own and Budapest was no longer there.
Campbelltown City were formed. And then they've now reverted to Campbelltown Red Devils.
I think they've always been known as Red Devils.
Have they? I don't know about that.
Yes.
So Visconti now gets his head on it. Mullen tries to clear, but will come back at him. Didiero. Carter goes wide. Murray the target, cut out by Harvey. Intriguing game, this one. It's a battle of the defences. Who both teams have got great defences, only both conceding 15 goals thus far this season. As Carter tried to throw ball, Murray not the same wavelength. Cleared by Mullen. Finds Marino. The M's combine.
Great,
Beautiful
well
ball. Switch by Kirk to the far side. Detroit now attacks the box. Thought about it himself. Gets a deflection and into the arms safely of Munro.
The old days was magnificent days. We used to have some very, very skillful players. Johnny Perrin played in the old days when the old Juvenis and Ellis. I know he played in the National League as well.
Graham Honeyman for West Adelaide. Dave Pillins.
Well, Graham Honeyman didn't play in the Hillis days.
Didn't he?
No, I think it was just when they were in the National League he played with them. When they were West Adelaide.
What about Pantelis?
Pantelis, I think, played when they were Hillis, Adelaide Hillis.
Be great to see a heritage round.
Terry Wetton play for the Azzurri. He was a great player. Serafini, Joe Serafini for Juventus.
I think he's passed away, poor old Joe.
There we go. Meneghetti. Oh, it was
We've got to have a heritage round, boys and girls.
the Kalecki brothers for Polonia. Even that.
Matsumoto up to Marino. Nice nutmeg, but, well, being held by Van Dommel, and he'll get a card for it. I want to see this on the replay. I think this was worthy of a yellow.
I think he was a bit of a misdemeanor before. Remember in the maybe the 10th minute mark?
So he's caught up with him, you think?
He ran out of...
He had two defenders backing him up. Cheap yellow card to give away by Van Dommel, who's captain today for the Raiders. Nevertheless, Louis Detroit says thank you very much. See, he did have two defenders, and in the end, Zafaridis did clean it, tidy it up.
So if they say, listening or watching this game, We need a heritage round, definitely, 100%.
To Troy now with a long searching ball forward into the box. It's headed by Tunbridge. This could be a corner if it goes out, but Kelly Phillip will keep it in. Plays it up the line, hacks it forward. Visconti, the only man forward for the Raiders. All right. Interesting little pass there to Halliday. Fortuitous, I'd say. As now the ball up the line, and Walls should see this played out of defence.
And not forgetting where Adelaide Raiders played Adelaide Croatia down at the Hanson Reserve. Do you remember that one?
No.
The Hanson Reserve. They used to have a bike track around, but going back into the play.
Is Halliday under pressure. Couple of white shirts around him, and Tunbridge for the Raiders comes away with it up the line. Visconti under incredible pressure wins a free kick.
Yeah, back in the old days when I used to broadcast back in the radio in
Lucky
the
I thought
Hanson
you were
Reserve.
gonna say when you used to play.
In the back of the ute. No, not when I played.
In the back of the
Never
ute.
played, always commentated, mate.
Back of the ute, the old occupational health and safety.
Back of the ute, called it the Boat Mobile with Angelo Costanzo, my co-commentator or special comments man.
Even back then.
Yeah. Angelo
another free
Costanzo.
kick.
He used to love being involved.
Given away by the Raiders. That's their sixth foul this first half.
That's when the Karlovic was born, when they played in the first team for Raiders.
So if you've just worked it out at home, Rob's about 108 years old.
I love the old days.
Have you got a colour TV yet, Rob?
No, it's still black and white.
It's Marino now up the line. Harvey back to Marino. Marino's got Kirk in the box. Goes longer than that, and a good confident back header there by Walls to his keeper. And Munro with possession for the Raiders. Still 0-0 on the Green Play Australia scoreboard, and we've played almost 39 minutes on the Green Play Australia time clock. First half, round 14 action, thanks to Kanga Coach Lines.
Gee, we've gone almost 128 minutes. No goals the last 2 weeks, mate, in our match of the rounds.
Turning into the old Bruce McAvaney here, Rob.
It's been a long time.
You sure you don't want to take the stats here?
We haven't seen
some
any
beauties
goals
there.
yet. Raiders trying to get things going.
Now, was that a foul, Robbie Lippert down there?
I reckon the ball might have run out, I think.
When did you start playing, Robbie?
Started here at Raiders, 2005. I played my first team game. I was about 16, I think.
14. That makes you 30 now, does it?
31 last week. Yep.
31.
Happy birthday, mate. Last week. So you
happy birthday.
Yeah, kept that quiet.
So he boundary rode on his birthday, or was it on Sunday or Friday?
No, it was Wednesday.
Wednesday. That's okay.
Well done, mate. You're still a good player. That's the main thing.
Yeah, still getting there. Trying to.
So Mullen under a little bit of pressure. Cool, calm and collected. Comes out of defence over the halfway line. Switches the play to the far side. Matsumoto did well to control it. Two white shirts around him, and the Raiders do win out in numbers. Well, Kelly Phillip now. Turned it over cheaply. Here's a chance for Kirk now. Kirk's got Marino, who is onside. Marino gets the keeper, and that's number one. Mark Marino for the Campbelltown Red Devils, getting the first goal on the board.
Right under Dion Kirk. Good ball by Dion Kirk, finding Marino. This time he put it away. Low one. And to the back of the net it goes. Certainly they deserved the lead, didn't they, Robbie?
Oh, definitely, boys. And let's not forget about the touch from Matsumoto over there. That was an absolute pearl to bring that ball down on his throat.
Still had a bit to do. Keeper tried to make himself big. Mark Marino making no mistake. 1-0 up over the Raiders. And, well, going into the last 5 minutes of the first half. Always a tricky time of the game where sometimes concentration dips.
There we go. Somebody from Facebook page live. David Barrett. I pulled the cable cord connected to the ute with my friend when I was a kid back then. I remember that day still.
Sabotage.
Well done, mate.
So he sabotaged. He's admitted to sabotage.
What can I say?
Probably didn't like the way you're commentating.
Probably not. Well, the old Croatians, mate.
That's incredible. Someone admitted to that. That's fantastic. Who was the player that gave us a beer that time at Croydon, Polonia? We were commentating from the youth. Back to the game anyway. Tunbridge.
I gave us the beers.
We can reminisce.
Yeah, I remember that.
Some other time. No, he came and had a swig. We had the beer.
Yeah, he had the swig. Yeah.
He's about to go to the throw in, had a swig of beer, then went back to the play.
That was Croydon Kings. Yeah, that's right.
That's right. But who was the player? Is now through the centre of the park come the Raiders. Walsfeld, could be a foul, and is. Referee just checking out to see if there was any advantage. None given. 6th foul conceded by Campbelltown. Detroit doing the chasing there. Just a little bit untidy from behind, getting sandwiched. Blatant foul.
Yeah, I probably remember that day too that he pulled the cord. The Croatians weren't happy that day with the referee.
So they pulled your cord.
They were blaming the commentators, I think.
So
the good old days.
So Visconti over the ball, is it? For the Raiders. Left foot delivery into the box, headed away by Allright for the safety of the line for a throw-in to the Raiders deep in their defense, deep in their attacking half, I should say. Trailing now 1-0 to Campbelltown. Top of the table, Campbelltown. These two prior to this result, separated by 4 points on the table.
Adelaide City have equalised, so it's 1-1 Adelaide United against Adelaide City. West Adelaide are still leading 1-0 against Blue Eagles. And Metros now are leading 2-1 after they were down 1-0 against the Panthers. As Campbelltown go into attack, he's on fire today, Mark Marino.
So Metros are leading 2-1 over the Panthers, did you say?
Yes.
West Adelaide still 1-0 up over the Blue Eagles?
Yes. And in the State League, Robbie, Western Strikers are leading 1-0 against Lolanga. White City and Sturt Lions 2-2. And Adelaide Victory leading 2-0 against Fulham.
Thanks to Green Play Australia going around the grounds. Here it's 1-0 in favour of Campbelltown in this heritage match. Find out a bit more about that at half-time. It's Fife now. Goes back to Mullen. Matthew Mullen goes back to his keeper. Nicholas Harpers. Out to Fife, captain. Up the line to Allright. Nice little touch to Kirk. He couldn't control it though. Tunbridge says thank you very much. Diero under pressure. Goes back. Safaridis. Kello Phillip has it now. Plays it wide. Walls. Back in board. Sudic. Sudic back against goal. Goes back to Tunbridge. Tunbridge looks up. Van Dommel. So you reckon Tunbridge up front in the second half, boys?
Oh, yeah.
As a header forward, but no one there to meet it from Walls. That's easy for Nicholas Harpers.
So Harpers, certainly the best team I've seen this year is Campbelltown. They've took a while to get their game going. I think they lost their first game of the season against Blue Eagles. They've struggled of few games.
They also lost to the Raiders at the start of the season too.
Well, Raiders, yeah. The fixture, the first round they did win, didn't they? Against Campbelltown. But Joey Mullen's got them well oiled at the moment. As Harvey takes the throw. We're approaching time on. Over the sideline it goes. I'm not sure if you want to go down now.
Oh, well, Robbie will do a half-time with the play, and by the time he does that, I'll go down and get rid of it.
So throw-in taken here by Harvey. Looking for Marina, goes down. Raiders with the ball. Goes to Didiero. And that goes over the sideline for a throw-in. Captain Fife just having a few words to his players. Or is he having it to the referee? I think it was to the referee, that one.
Actually, I think I will go down there. Not so young. It's going to take me a while to get down there. So.
Yeah, that's true. You might need the timber frame. I was thinking something. Might need a walking frame. So Paul's going down there. It is half time there, Robbie, and he'll have a chat with someone.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can grab Rocky Visconti quickly, guys.
No worries, mate. So it goes in at half time. Adelaide Raiders, Croatia, are down 1-0 at half time. Goal scorer being Mark Marino. You don't have to wire him up, Robbie. You can have a quick chat yourself to him. So Robbie Lippert down the boundary to Rocky Visconti.
Down here with Rocky Visconti. What were your thoughts on that first half, mate? A bit disappointing with a couple of opportunities. You'd be pretty frustrated, yeah?
Yeah, I thought we started pretty well. We didn't take our chances, and against a good side like Campbelltown, you got to take them.
Mate, definitely. And enjoying the move so far?
Yeah, love it. Great club. They look after you, and yeah, you just can't complain at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. And what's going to change second half to get back in this game?
Probably just put our chances away. I thought we did all right. I thought it was a 50-50 half, but we've got to put the chances away.
Mate, sounds good. Getting there.
Cheers. Thanks.
Thank you, Robbie. So Robbie Libby down on the boundary. Good first half by Campbelltown, Robbie. I think certainly deserved their lead at half-time.
Yeah, look, as I mentioned then, both teams had great opportunity. Look, Campbelltown look quality on the ball. They're moving around. They're working really hard. And as soon as they lose the ball, they get behind it. Raiders really took no opportunities at the back. They played with a flat 4 and 2 6s sitting in front, and they really didn't move all game. Really relying on the 3 up front to do all the work and stop that counter-attack from Campbelltown.
Mark Marino's looking in good shape, isn't he, at the moment?
Yeah, he's looking great. I had the pleasure of not marking him last year, which was great, obviously because of his injuries. But look, he's looking really sharp out there, and I think he'd be disappointed as well. A couple of opportunities, and managed to get on the scorecard, which will keep him happy.
Okay, it is half-time. We'll take a bit of a break there, Robbie, as Paul will take the microphone off you, and we'll be back after these messages. Thanks, Robbie.
I was worried when we had to cancel our Fiji holiday because of that unexpected cyclone.
Yeah, we'd already prepaid the flights and accommodation.
It's all covered because you took out an RAA travel insurance premium policy. Clever us. And because you booked your holiday through RAA Travel, we were able to rebook you to the Whitsundays.
Perfect.
So you guys can relax even more. Take off with more. Get a quote today.
So why do RAA members enjoy that winning feeling?
Well, because having access to a range of trusted products gives them peace of mind. And the more RAA products they have, the more they save. And they get discounts at a huge range of events and retail partners. And they feel good about RAA community programs and sponsorships.
You guys don't miss a thing, do you?
It's all part of how we do more for our members and for South Australia.
Okay, we're back at the Croatian Sports Centre. It is half-time as both teams went in as the Campbelltown Red Devils are leading 1-0 against the Raiders of Adelaide, Croatia. Paul's down there on the boundary line. He's got a special guest with him, so Paul, take it away.
Just waiting for that 7 seconds on the microphone. We've got with us the who I believe is the instigator of this magnificent heritage match, Joe Siciliano, the proprietor, the owner of JS Sports. Good afternoon, Joe. And how did this come about?
Well, a lot of it comes from our work with the AFL and with grassroots Australian rules football. Where I've seen a lot of what they've done and how they increase revenue as a club themselves by heritage games and by having special fixtures that can increase their crowds. And one of the things that being involved with soccer for 15 years or before that as a player myself was it's hard for clubs to keep going back to the same watering holes for sponsorship, and anything we could do to help to try and increase crowds and increase exposure for clubs is what we wanted to do. And that's where the heritage idea came, because we obviously sponsor both clubs, and Don and Branko were great to make it work.
I like how you just took over the microphone. That's beautiful, Joe. What about with the Federation? You put this idea to them?
Yep. Yeah, we went to the Federation probably 12 months ago with it, and had to be respectful of the NCIP and whatnot. But as I said, they were great. They were really interested in making it work, and it's great.
What about the next step? Would you like to see this maybe across the board? Yeah,
we want it to be an annual event. I know Raiders and Campbelltown are committed to doing it at Campbelltown next year as an ongoing thing. But more clubs that want to get on board with it, we're apt to get involved with it.
You're a sponsor of both clubs, you said. How would you like to see, what do you think is in it for sponsors these days? I know it's a lot of, you just got it in your blood, but what would you like to see as a little bit of recognition and what we get back as a sponsor that's not a pure soccer man like yourself?
Sponsorship's tough. At the end of the day, the days of the benefactor coming to a club and just handing out money for the sake of it's gone. Clubs need to be able to give exposure to sponsors and give something back. And again, if it means that you can do special days like this and you get a couple of extra, 300 or 400 extra people than you normally would get, and increase the exposure and brand awareness for that sponsor, that's what clubs have to do.
I'm going to go up to Rob if you've got anything for Joe, because I've got a gentleman here that we're about to interview. No, he's gone, so it's still just with us. Joe, thanks again. Great initiative, and we hope this grows into Heritage Round instead of Heritage Match. Appreciate your time, mate. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you having me.
Okay, now we'll just bring this gentleman over. Now I'm going to introduce you, sir, Mr. Zvijeko Milanovic. Zvijeko is the hard thing that I had to get right. Original committee member 1952, member and founder of the Adelaide Croatia Soccer Club. Welcome, and what do you think of a day like today?
Well, look, I'm still running with the boys, and I'm really happy that we're going as we are, which is important for us as an aim. Croatia, especially that time when we formed a team, that was much, because, you got to have some fun, but that time there was no TV, there's no any other fun, so we formed a team to enjoy ourselves, and we're still running.
And what do you think of the federations and even in the national competition that we had to lose our heritage and lose those names? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I reckon that was wrong because we put so much in it. I am talking about 50, 60, 70 years ago. I didn't worry much about, but as us, ethnics, we put lots of it. Just myself, I sponsored my daughter. She was a soccer player.
Oh.
The younger one, she presented Australia twice. So I'm in the sport all my life, so what I meant to say, it was important for us to have some enjoyment, as in a community, and all these teams we had before, especially all over Australia. But as you see today, I'm still around, so I'm proud of the team and us.
And Zvijeko, how old are you, if I may ask?
And I'm running 89.
Beautiful, 89. How has the game changed in your view? When you came out, I used to see as a youngster sometimes the players would have a cigarette at half-time, maybe a glass of beer. How's the game changed?
Well, we used to play in the parklands. The council just put the stubbies there and said, this is your playground for this season. Nobody cuts any lawn, no toilets, no changing rooms, but we were still happy. So I mean to say, well, that was the system that time, but today is a different story, everything is modern.
For the better, do you think?
Well, it's better, but only I'm not happy with the federation.
Take it easy now, Zvijeko, take it easy. Why?
Look, I have to say what I think about it.
Be careful.
Not enough what you call advertising about the soccer.
Okay, yeah, fair call.
Well, they try.
That's all. We should have some more about. Look, you take Sunday Mile there, and there's nothing in there.
We're on Channel 9 News Sunday nights on their sport report.
Probably lately, yeah.
They made a deal with Channel 9, so we are on Channel 9 News, so that's a big step forward.
Well, it's in the advertiser too.
But I mean to say, well, that was only wrong, I reckon, because you should have some more about soccer.
It should be, but then it should be the journalists doing it as well. We shouldn't have to pay. I don't think the federation should have to pay for that, where you see football left, right and centre AFL, but not our soccer.
They should have really worked all together. So, well, look, it's up to them, in effect, but there's only I can say what I think about it. I can't do nothing.
Zvijeko, I want to ask you, when Australia play Croatia in the World Cup, who did you barrack for?
Well, look, that was a big story. That was a big thing for us, because that so many years nobody liked us. Everybody hate us because I reckon we are the terrorists and we these people and that people. But now today is different story. We proved that we are innocent and real people, not terrorists.
Oh, hang on. I thought they didn't like the Italians and the Greeks when our parents came out first time. Notice he didn't answer the question, though, boys.
Right. What would you like to know?
No. Look, I think we always remember our heritage. We go back to.
Well, we should really. I come here as a 19 years old boy, So, as I said, I'm still running as a Croatian. But I like this country and I'm naturalized here. So I'm living in this. I reckon there's no better country on this world.
I think we agree with you.
Nobody can beat Australia. look, you got a good living and free living, and you're free. You can.
I don't know about free, Zvitko. We get taxed a lot here.
Well, if you, I'm not paying any tax now because I'm not working. You can't look. I used to go up the country. They said to me, "Listen, you have to pay provisional tax." I said, "What provisional tax? I haven't started work yet." But that was the system.
That was the system. Zvitko, before we let you go, what's the message for the young players coming through now playing for soccer? Some of them want to be heroes before they even put the boots on. What's your message to these young boys?
I don't know. Some boys coming around to see us. They want to play, want so much a week, and I reckon not good enough to kick the ball. But if you have to prove yourself to be a good soccer player if you want to earn some money. But you don't get money for nothing. I mean, just running around.
Earn your stripes first, you mean?
And now these days is nothing running like we used to do like 50 years ago. There was no money in it, but we played for the fun.
Here come the boys. Thank you for your time, Zvitko. 89 years of age. Thank you very much.
Beautiful.
All the best. I'm proud of all these things anyway. Thank you too.
Well done, Paul.
Up to you, Rob.
Thank you, Paul. So Paul down there with the bloke down. Well, what is his name, Paul? Oh, you just turned the thing off. Wanted to remember his name, but yeah, it is half time. Players just about to come out. Well, they have come out. And
Zvjetko Milanovic.
Thank you, Zvjetko.
Zvjetko. No, you'll never get it right, but anyway. Zvjetko. Milanovic, you get.
Milanovic.
Ivan
Milanovic.
Oh, Rob, please.
So Raiders actually out of the park, the Adelaide Croatian team. And as Paul switches over to Robbie Lippett, our boundary Roger down there. And Paul will be coming back up here. So it is 1-0. Repeating these scores out of the grounds there, guys. It's Adelaide United have taken the lead. It is half time as well. So Adelaide United 2, leading Adelaide City 1. West Adelaide 1, Adelaide Blue Eagles 0. Campbelltown in our match of the round 1, leading Raiders 0. And Metro Stars 2, leading Panthers 1. So that's all the half-time scores. The other score, it is half-time as well down there. It is Croydon Kings 0, Para Hills 0. That were the half-time scores. In the State League, we had Western Strikers 1, leading Lolanga 0. White City and Sturt Lions, it's 2-2. And Adelaide Victory 2, leading Fulham United 1. That's in the State League 1. There in here, Raiders are out at the moment. They are down 1-0, so we'll see if they pick up any changes there, Robbie, down there on the boundary.
Yeah, we'll do, guys. Looks the same for Raiders thus far. Hey, mate. I'm calling it early. I reckon Joel Allwright might step into the back line and Mullen might jump into defensive midfield just to counteract Terrence's pace up front. I think that's their only... I'm only calling that, so we'll see if that happens.
See if that happens. So Campbelltown are out at the moment. Referees are coming out. So can Raiders get back into this game? They are 1-0 down. And can Campbelltown just keep on the top of the table at the moment? So Zvjetko.
I was practicing that all the time before I went down there. I reckon I probably got it wrong when I was down there. Zvjetko Milanovic, 89 years of age.
It looks like somebody's coming on. Oh, he's just on the wing. He has come on, actually. That's Jake Monaco.
So
Robbie, can you see that? I reckon that's Jake Monaco coming on.
Our cameras have got that on screen. That's exactly what's happened. But who's come off, Rob? That's the $1 million question.
Didero's off. I can't see. Can't see him on the park, Robbie, I reckon.
Yeah, no, he's definitely come off, guys.
So Raiders have made a half-time change. Monaco certainly knows where the goals are. It's a good move by Kuzman. So kick-off on the way and a free kick straight away.
A foul against Campbelltown. Alex Mullen.
Yeah, Alex Mullen came steaming in then, but I'm surprised he didn't play the advantage.
So, even somebody on Facebook saying Zvietko.
Zvietko.
Zvietko. You're
Zvietko,
right.
yeah. Well,
that's from Raul Duke. Thank you, Raul.
Well, thanks to Branko who briefed me on pronunciation. Wanted to get it right. It's not to be a bit of overkill like that lady on SBS.
It was good talking to the heritage.
Well, they're the grassroots, and they're the fellas that came here, just got a group of boys together, and they're great stories, and we cannot neglect those stories, and we should acknowledge those stories like the AFL do with Indigenous round. So, you know, these migrants have gone through a lot, and they need to be recognised and acknowledged. Back to the game. Van Dommel gets his head on it. 1-0 Campbelltown up. Zafaridis on the far side. Long searching ball for Carter, but nowhere near him. And Fifey says, thank you very much.
Don't they have multicultural round too?
Yeah, they do. You're right. And Port Adelaide, Port actually have an Italian night.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, why do we have to... I know David Hill started this, but why do we have to continue it? I mean, the Parliament, the Prime Minister said sorry after all those years. Why can't we just grow up? Anyway, it's the Raiders who are trying to get one back. They trail by one. Monaco now try to through ball to Murray. Halliday in the way. Five playing the triangles. Halliday tight against the line. Goes back to his keeper, Harpus. Harpus under pressure from Carter gets a good clearance in the end. Almost to the halfway line. Visconti and Kirk going at it. Marino accused of handball and the referee agrees. So second foul conceded by Campbelltown this half. What are you doing, Rob? What's that noise?
I don't know. It's not me, is it?
It's down there. Robbie Lippett. You too close to the metal, mate? It's your mic. How's that light on the mic going? Is that flashing by any chance?
No, it looks all good, guys. Maybe it was my mobile.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. It's
still
right.
Squeeching, mate.
Squelching.
We're getting a screech from you. It's probably your coach ringing up asking where you are. We're still getting that screech, mate. The Aliens have invaded Robbie Lippett down there on the boundary line, and it's a free kick to the Raiders in the meantime. Matsumoto, the culprit on this occasion. Third foul. Mate, still, that's it. What's going on down there?
Okay, so it's a free kick to Raiders. Monaco's there. So he's going to swing it around. Terence Carter. Van Dom. Header there, and it's going to go wide. Not going to go out. Kept in by, is that Matty Mullen? It is. Goes inboard by Halliday. Back to Matty Mullen. Halliday pushing it back. Referee sees that against Okello Phillip. So free kick to Campbelltown Red Devils. Left-hand side of the park. So they go inboard. Goes back to Matty Mullen. Gee, they might lose it here. Here's a chance for Raiders. Try and pick up. That's Sudic. No, Sudic. And wide of the mark it goes. So out for a corner kick. Might have got a deflection. So Raiders have come back full of fire in this second half. They'll take this corner kick. First one of the second half, thanks to Green Play Australia. It'll be Safaridis. So Zafaridis goes short. Visconti set in, headed out there by Alex Mullen. Halliday was there, only as far as Visconti again puts it in, but to be too close to the keeper. Harpers plays down too. That's Matty Mullen.
Van was claiming a penalty there.
They throw it out. Detroit was there, and that's kicked out over the line as the player's down. Probably get some treatment.
Yeah, that's weird noise, isn't it?
That's better. Should have gone higher.
I don't think it's that.
So, still 1-0 here at the Croatian Sports Centre. That it goes to Campbelltown. Adelaide United still leading 2-1 against Adelaide City. West Adelaide still leading 1-0 against Blue Eagles. And Metros are leading 2-1 against Panthers. Croydon Kings and Parry Hills locked at 0-0 at the moment. So Matty Mullen just getting some treatment.
So Robbie Lippert down there, mate. How are you going?
I reckon we might be back on, boys.
Do you reckon you know what the culprit might have been?
Well, the phone's off.
Sounds a lot clearer.
So unless I've
No,
I've got it wet, but
no,
it's not raining yet.
I reckon it's the phone. I think you said that last Friday night. The same thing happened. So from the throw-in, Monaco sportingly puts it out of play for a Campbelltown throw-in. I don't think Captain Cook's too happy about that. He's explaining his actions, Monaco. Oh, what's going to happen here?
Matty Mullen was saying something to. Anyhow.
Campbelltown have the throw. They have the lead. They're in their defensive half on the far side of the ground. Round 14 action thanks to Kanga Coach Lines. Live here from the Croatian Sports Centre, where it's Adelaide, Croatia, trailing 1-0 to Campbelltown City in the Heritage match. Here, round 14, nice through ball, chance for Marino. Offside flag is down. Angle against him, one way then the other. Tunbridge hot on his hammer. Detroit comes in support. Tunbridge wise to that. Tunbridge did well to retrieve the ball. Detroit has it though. And Raiders good defending in the end. Should come out of trouble through Scotty Tunbridge.
Tunbridge ships it out to Maury. Maury's been very quiet, hasn't he?
Absolutely. Needs to get up closer to that man there, I think.
Matty Mullen again. Alex Mullen's got it. Shrugs off two plays, do you mind? Did it well. Goes to Marino. Mark Marino just holds on.
Gee, Wall's being a nuisance, wasn't he? What was he? Just being a nuisance.
We've got our bottles of wine too to give away.
Oh,
as, Robbie picked it up. We'll have to get it back to him.
He's the youngest, fittest. He can come back up.
As it goes to Terence Carter. Does well. Goes to Morris when they look dangerous. Morris got the ball on the right. Looks for support. Looks to cross it. Does get the cross. Nice one too. Nice header there too as well.
Sudich.
By Sudich. Good bit of play there by the Raiders.
So first goal attempt this half. Off target, unfortunately. But nevertheless, better signs for the Raiders. First half they had 4 goal attempts and all off target, unfortunately. Campbelltown had 4 goal attempts, all on target. And still holding a 1-0 lead are Campbelltown. If you're watching through Facebook Live, Robbie's checking out some of your comments.
Yep.
Ball over the halfway line now. Zafaridis for the Raiders. Long searching ball for Carter. And Monaco does well, but even better was Harvey up the line. Detroit chasing Van Dommel, going back to his keeper. Munro now will restart the build to the far side. Oof, Matsumoto got one in the head. Don't think he knew too much about it. Van Dommel now searching ball up the line. Nice little header back. Zafaridis. Stolen from him, Feld. Advantage play by the referee. And Campbelltown now through Detroit, switching, but was looking for Marino, but well off target. And easy in the end for Munro.
So Scotty Tunbridge, unusually playing in defence. When are we going to see him up front? Trying to find Terence Carter. Loses out though. Campbelltown trying to get to it, but Okello Phillip. They're looking better in the second half for the Raiders, Rob?
Yeah, definitely, guys. Moving the ball around really well. With the sub changing, yeah, definitely. He's getting involved and wants the ball and creating space, definitely.
Goes out towards Josh Murray. Tried to touch it with his head and run onto it, but Fife in the way. Captain Fife sends it over the sideline for a throw-in. Quickly taken here by Walls. Scott Tunbridge. Let's get it out to Monaco. Jake Monaco, right-hand side of the park. Former Campbelltown player. Over the sideline it goes for a throw-in.
So deep in the Raiders attacking half.
That one out for a corner, boys, I think.
Well, you're close to the action.
Sure did.
And the players are shaping for a corner. So it'll be the second one of the half for Raiders. They only had one in the first half, according to my Green Play Australia stats. So Zafaridis now be a left foot in swinger. There's Robbie Detroit at the bottom of screen. The black jacket. Short corner. Laid off. Zafaridis lines it up. Worm burner. Gee, Campbelltown couldn't deal with it. So, that wasn't a very nice pass. Visconti will get there in the end. And we'll give a second chance to Walls. It goes back to his keeper. Kello Phillip now far side of the ground. Almost turned it over, and Zafaridis in the end off target.
So throwing on the far side. Quickly thrown there by Harvey. Looking for Dion Kirk it was. As Joel Allwright tried to go towards Mark Marino. Halliday is giving away a free kick.
Can hear the captain cook from here.
He's using his authority.
Yeah.
He's not going to give him the plank yet. But as they go into attack, Carter, back of the post, almost getting there was Maury, but cleared here by Halliday. Finding Alex Mullins been busy. Raiders take the throw, goes to Monaco. Also there was Safaridis. They go backwards. Captain Van Dommel. Visconti.
Not a good
No
ball.
one there though. Easily cut out there by Matt Mullen. 2 plays for the Raiders went up for that one. Ends up with Murray though. Chance for Raiders. Carter goes to Tunbridge. Right hand side. Walls trying to get to it. That last pass just not working at the moment. Scotty Tunbridge again with the ball. Swings it in. Goes back to Tunbridge. And his pass not a good one. Campbelltown will clear it. Okello Phillip did well. Monaco. So Raiders trying to get things going, and it's gone over the side, over the goal line for a corner.
So third corner to the Raiders this half. They still trail 1-0. Almost an hour played in the game. It's round 14 action. Thanks to Kanga coach lines.
Raiders looking a lot better this second half for sure. The Campbelltown are sitting off and not staying with the runners at the edge of the box. They're giving him plenty of space.
That's right. I don't know how long they can sustain that pressure as Visconti now with the left foot. Very deep and high corner. Monaco got something on it, but Campbelltown, almost came away with it. They're making hard work of it at the back, Campbelltown, and Matsumoto now just makes sure of it up the line to Detroit. It's headed by Zafaridis. Kept in, was it? No. So it's out of play. Throw into Campbelltown in front of the Campbelltown coach's box. Matsumoto up the line looking for Detroit. Mullen back to Matsumoto now. He's on a charge. Matsumoto's at the tip of the box. Angle against him and has a shot. Good save in the end by the keeper. And Munro That's his 5th save of the game. He's been the busy of the two keepers. Angle against him. A shot on target by Campbelltown. First one of the half. They win themselves a corner.
So Matsumoto will take this corner kick. Looks like it'll be a right-footed outswinger. Ian Fife is up there. Scored a few goals for Campbelltown. He's got a few penalties in the heads. Can they find Captain Fife? No, back post it goes. There's a header there.
It's on target
from
too.
Alex Mullen. Easily taken here by Nicholas Munro. The keeper for Adelaide Croatia.
Well, today the stats do tell a bill of... I'll get it right in a minute. You're the one...
Bill of health.
You're the one drinking the beer. I'm the one that's getting my tongue tied. I like that. They have some... Go on, sorry, Rob.
That's all right. Campbelltown do clear the ball. Dion Kirk. Got a funny looking back head of that one. Not a good clearance. Detroyer. Mullen. Alex Mullen. Right hand side to Kirk. Dion Kirk. Looking. Marino. Controls.
Oh, well done.
Funny, but he's a chance. Detroyer. Back of the net it goes. Oh, well done, Mark Marino. Funny looking flick. Ends up with Detroyer, and he makes it 2-0 for the Campbelltown Red Devils.
Yeah, look at that. Good work by Marino. Did all the hard work. Held the ball up nicely. Plenty of white shirts around him. But beautiful on the same wavelength with Mullen. Then a through ball. Easy one for Detroyer. Just about an open net there and make sure of it 2-0.
Great bit of play there, Robbie, by the boys.
Mate, very unselfish team goal there. That's what it's all about, boys. That's a great team goal there.
It certainly was, and beautiful camera work, seeing the close-up there.
So virtually an assist there by Marino. I know he gave it to Mullen.
Well, Mullen was the one with the assist.
Yeah, I know, but Marino
was in the build-up. He was in the build-up.
Yeah, the build-up was good.
Had a big contribution, Marino, in that goal for sure. But beautifully coordinated, and that's pretty hard. They were in close proximity to each other.
So left-hand side of the park. It's all Campbelltown at the moment, 2-0 up. Here at the Curation Sports Centre. The home team will not be happy at the moment. As a throw-in's taken. Campbelltown just pushing it around. Okello Phillip goes towards the right side. Murray needs to get into the game. To get back into this game, goes to Wolves. Wolves one way then the other, looks for some support. Gets the cross, looking for Carter. Clear. Kirk's been good for Campbelltown. Marino's been fantastic. And it goes over the sideline for a throw-in.
So throw into Campbelltown. That's the Raiders bench on that side, sorry. I think I called it as the Campbelltown bench.
Blue Eagles have equalised, boys. It's 1-1 against West Adelaide. Adelaide United still leading 2-1 against Adelaide City, and Metro's still leading 2-1 against Panthers. And Croydon and Parry Hill still locked in at 0-0.
So Campbelltown 2-0 up here at the Croatian Sports Centre's Visconti wants to try and get something going for the Raiders. Okello Phillip, he's been busy in the middle of the park. Tunbridge chips it forward. Morrie's been quiet today. Last time I think we covered Raiders, he was our man of the match. As Morrie now tries to create something, but a sea of red shirts in front of him. And Detroyer switches the play to Alex Mullen. Matsumoto goes wide. Harvey up the line. Oof, could have been a foul, but nice triangles play by Campbelltown. Kirk now lays it off, and don't know if that was it was a pass, I think, from Marino, going astray. And nothing coming of it for Campbelltown. They lead 2-0 over the Raiders. I like that strip, the white strip with the red and blue slash. As Monaco was around the mark. Murray goes up, may have given away the free kick. Fife, he thought he had one, but didn't get it. Carter now with a throw-in, trying to find Monaco. Campbelltown through Alex Mullen, lays it off to Halliday. Back to Mullen. Back to Halliday. Short to Detroit, back to Fife. Fife now, back to Detroit. Right near the byline. Carter did well, but Detroit did equally as good. Ball in dispute and Mullen out of play. So throw in to the Raiders. They trail 2-0. This is round 14 action thanks to Kanga Coach Lines. NPL SA, you're watching through Facebook Live and YouTube Live.
So it'll be Wolves to take the throw in right-hand side of the park. Looking for Murray. In the way, Matsumoto. Joe Allright. Just a nice looking ball, wasn't it? That far side.
Remember last time we were here, Rob, Murray and Carter just combined beautifully that night.
Carter got 2 goals that night, I think.
Just both boys very quiet today, but you're only as good as your opposition let you be.
Sudic was there. Also Harvey for Campbelltown, but Raiders have come away with it. Carter goes out right-hand side of the park. Kirk's been good today for Campbelltown.
Well played by the referee, advantage.
Ends up with Marino to Alex Mullen.
Oof, good challenge by Visconti.
He's been a little bit quiet too. It's all right. Goes back to his keeping Harpus. Backheaded there by Alex Mullen. Read well by Safaridis. Visconti, that's better. He's got a bit of toe on him, hasn't he?
Look at Murray.
Visconti can go all the way just
He's
about.
gone to Murray. Oh, just didn't get there.
I reckon he could have gone all the way, but there's a deflection and just wide of the mark there. I reckon Visconti could have gone all the way. The momentum, he should have just cracked it, you know.
Monaco there with a goal attempt for the Raiders.
Interesting, Rocky's sitting off a little bit deeper in defensive midfield and let Monaco push forward. I'd be pushing him up there, guys. They need to do something.
What about Scotty Tunbridge? Is it time for him to get up there as well? 3 up front, no?
He's up there now. Let's see.
For the corner.
Ante Soda from the Facebook page message. Come on, Croatia, too soft. Pull yourselves together and get in there harder.
So Visconti.
Good comment.
With the left foot. Beautiful corner. Right close to the goalkeeper. Punched away nicely, though, by the keeper in Harpus. But still, Campbelltown haven't cleared their lines. Murray now goes back. Visconti. Try and put it back into the box, but he's under pressure. Gets pushed back. Walls just chips it forward in hope more than anything as the lights come on here at the Adelaide Croatian Sports Centre. Oh, bad turnover. Okele Phillip just gave it to Detroit, who gives it to Matsumoto, who puts it in the back of the net. Very bad mistake there by the Raiders, and they've been made to pay. 69th minute.
I was going to say, Raiders, they can pull one in, they can get back into this game, but just not doing well in the back lines, aren't they?
Just watch this. Bad mistake by Okele Phillip. Poor giveaway, turnover. Detroit, beautiful ball. Matsumoto still had a lot to do, mind you, and right into the back of the net, gave the keeper no chance. Beautiful goal. 3-0 Campbelltown, and well, the celebration's quite mute.
That's the thing with Campbelltown. You cannot give them an inch because they will take it.
They've taken a mile.
Looks like a double sub here, boys. Looks like Touré's coming on.
So Campbelltown going to the bench first. Touré to come on.
And Williams as well.
Williams. And who's gone off? No one's come off at the moment that I can see.
They're playing with 13.
They could probably play with 10 at the moment.
Jake Halliday's heading off, boys.
So Jake Halliday's day is done. So we're still up to 12. We still need another one to go off.
Is this Williams?
Yep.
Come on.
Jacob Williams on for Halliday. Now Touré maybe has been asked to cool his heels.
Yeah, he's got the towel. Yep, he's not going to go on now. Anyhow, so Campbelltown leading 3-0 here at the Croatian Sports Centre. The form team at the moment. as they have got the ball. Joel Allwright, being clinical in the back. Goes out to Matsumoto.
Is that his shirt pulled? Yeah, well seen by the ref.
He's been the best Japanese import, can I say that?
Yeah, of course.
Looks like Tunbridge has been pulled out of the defence line, boys, and pushed up front too.
Out of all the Japanese imports that we've got.
Now Toure looks like he's going to come on. And who have they decided to come off?
Oh, Mark Marino. He was high in the best players. It's all right, he's done his job.
Scored in the 41st minute. Got the ball rolling for Campbelltown. Then followed up by Louis Detroit in the 62nd and Matsumoto in the 69th.
Is it too early to make changes, even though you're 3-0 up?
Oh, he's still got one up his sleeve, Joey,
yeah,
if he wants.
I'm just saying.
Now the Raiders
he's giving a couple of the boys
Murray's
a run.
coming off. That says something, doesn't it? He's had a very quiet game, Josh Murray, for the Raiders. So who's coming on?
Can't see from here, but maybe Aaron Acton.
Number 20. Aaron Acton it is. Good eyes, Robbie. Lippert. Double change as number 9.
Well, Aaron Acton.
Don't say.
He's a goal
Tunbridge
scorer.
is going off.
Well, he's a goal scorer.
Tunbridge is going off.
Centre forward.
So legs 11. David
Carozzi.
Carozzi.
So Williams going to take this free kick. Looks like he's had a crew cut. Mr. Williams. Might need it all shaved soon. Free kick's taken. Goes out to Monaco. Carozzi.
He waited on that, Carozzi. Shouldn't have waited.
We've just come on, so...
Gives away the free kick too. Third foul conceded by the Raiders this half. 6 in the first. Saying that, so did Campbelltown concede 6 in the first. Very tidy game though, as a long ball forward. Kirk, the target, didn't get there. Zafaridis couldn't keep it in and concedes a throw. Just not looking switched on at the moment, the Raiders. Poor turnovers, not 100% at the ball as Mullins fell and wins a foul. Silly free kicks given away, just to add to all that criticism. I think they just want to rub this one out, the Raiders, and start again next week because their form going into this game hasn't been too bad. You know, only one loss in the last 6, and that was in the cup round. But admittedly, they've probably been up in class if it was a horse race, Mr. Lippert, don't you think?
Yeah, look, I feel sorry for Raiders. That first 10 they came out firing.
So from the free kick into the box, it's repelled by who was that? That was Monaco.
Then unfortunately a second goal went in, they all dropped their heads and it was over from there.
Yep. So throw into Campbelltown. Be taken by Harvey on the far side, in front of the Campbelltown bench. Interesting attempted 1-2. It's been turned over, so throw in to the Raiders now. Zafaridis. Ball in the middle of the park now. All right. Finds Toure. Toure on the halfway line. Almost run down there by Acton. Finds Kirk, but thought he had a runner behind him, but that wasn't to be. Visconti under pressure. Geez, turned it over again. Matsumoto says thank you. This time charged down
Virtually the same spot.
by Van Dommel. Exactly right,
Matsumoto.
but gee, they just not switched on for Rocco Visconti to make a mistake like that. Very poor.
So it is on the far side. Matsumoto with it. Looking for support. He tries to get across there, right across the face of goal. Doubling back there is Toure. Looks for Williams. Does go short. Goes all the way back to Allwright. Gee, nice ball.
I think that's the
Matty
difference.
Mullins.
Not many turnovers from
To Harvey.
Campbelltown.
They are very good in the back line.
Oh, there you go.
Matsumoto,
I'm
not
going to
happy with
kiss
that
it dead.
pass. Raiders pushing it around. They do clear it. Looking for Sudic. Matsumoto. Sudic dives in. Loses out. Matsumoto again.
Good ball.
Looks for Kirk. This could be offside. No, it's still playing on. Back heels it. They know where everyone is, aren't they, at the moment?
Yep.
The Red Devils. Took them a while in the season, didn't they? They weren't winning a lot of games, but now they've got certainly
going
in good form.
So now Munro goes the long clearance. Carter, the target man. G5 got his head on it. Not too much has got past him today.
In a blink of an eye, guys, this is amazing. Panthers are leading 3-2 against Metro.
Blimey.
Metro was leading 2-1 at one stage.
Yep.
That is unbelievable. Thanks to Green Play Australia.
That's put Adelaide City back to the bottom of the table, was it not?
Yeah, back. Adelaide City down 2-1.
So a switcher play by Carter into the box. There's a chance now for the Raiders. A shot comes and it's in! Finally, they've got one back. And the crowd just giving a bit of life there. See if we can get that on the replay.
Carter, the
Reckon
provider.
Was it Yasmin that scored
Yeah,
that?
I think so.
Good little goal. Great little goal.
She had a lot to do, beat a lot of legs. And the
It's
keeper,
not over.
near post.
Still 20 minutes to go, guys. Well, roughly about 20.
77th minute, Sudic.
It's 14 plus time on.
So Yasmin Sudic breathing a bit of life, maybe for Adelaide, Croatia, against Campbelltown City in this heritage match. 3-1 up, still Campbelltown over the Raiders. Toure lays it off. Williams, left foot
Nice
chip
ball.
into the box, but to no one in particular. And even Alex Mullen gave the chase up. So, big scoreline, South Adelaide. 3-2 over Metro.
Unbelievable, huh?
Here it's 3-1 in favour of Campbelltown.
Now, what's funny, Liam Wooding's playing for Metro, and he moved
Left,
from South
yeah.
to Metro.
Might have been spoken of in the change room as a bit of motivation.
Incentive, yeah.
Yeah.
So, goal kick, still time though. Still 20 minutes down there. Well, actually 12 plus time on.
Gee, Adelaide City losing 2-1 to Adelaide United Youth. Change, third change now. It's Kirk off. And who's come on for Captain Kirk?
Young Centofanti.
Brandon.
Gee, they're making a lot of changes, Campbelltown.
Well, Joe.
Still 12 minutes plus time on to go. You never know.
3-1 up.
Strangest things have happened.
Oh, for sure. Ball out of play. It'll be a throw in to the Raiders. Trailing 3-1.
Just ask the Matildas. They were 2-0 down.
Yes, true. Good challenge by Harvey. He's got some more defending to do. Chance for Monaco. Chips it into the box again. Sudic
There we
is there.
go.
Danger in.
There we go.
Number 2.
There we go. Game on.
Wow.
Game on.
79th minute.
I
Sudic.
told you. He's made too many changes early.
Have a look at that. Still had a lot to do again. The keeper coming and had a defender hot on his hammer. Just watching the replay in the box. Right on the penalty spot.
Sudic again.
Beautiful work. So, we wrote him off.
He made changes to give players a run. And they might have backfired.
Wow. 3-2. This is going to be an interesting 10 minutes plus whatever.
Is that right, Rob? Look, he made those 2 changes straight away when they were 3-0 up.
Yeah, definitely, guys. I think he's just trying to give a couple of the young boys a run and get them on the ball and get them some confidence. But it might be too early.
It's game on. Definitely.
Now they're going to have to hang on. Good character by the Raiders too. 3-1 down. Free
Sidic's
kick.
the hero.
Where did he come from? Another foul. So that's the 6th conceded by Campbelltown this half. And Sudic to take it.
Did I not
Or is
call
it?
it
No.
when they made those changes?
Oh, that might be Walls. No, it's not even Walls. Anyway, Williams clears it for Campbelltown. Toure the recipient, but he hasn't got too much in front of him, so he has to hold it up. Goes back to Williams. Williams' fancy feet. Lucky on this occasion. Plays in Toure. Toure's got Detroit short if he wants. He gets held back. Play-off says the referee. This could be a yellow card to Carossi.
Didn't touch him.
Yeah, he did. He pulled him back, yeah. So the Raiders, that's their fourth this half. As I don't think he was going...
2 yellow cards?
2 yellow cards to the Raiders. One to Van Dommel, one to David Carossi. And none to Campbelltown. So 35 and a half gone on the Green Play Australia time clock. Green Play Australia scoreboard. Raiders 2, Campbelltown 3. Monaco heads it up in the air. Mullen to feet. Toure. Toure's got Williams in the overlapping run, but it didn't get there. Took a deflection off Acton, maybe. So throw in. Quickly taken. Mullen, tip of the box for Campbelltown. Detroit to Mullen. Good defending there by Zafaridis. Had to be spot on and was. And concedes the corner.
Both teams have equalised. Metro Stars have equalised 3-3 and Adelaide City have equalised 2-2 against Adelaide United. Not forgetting Metro's up against Panthers.
Goals all around the place. Corner to Campbelltown, their second of the half. Keeping up to date with the scores around the ground, the stats. We're doing it tough, Rob. This is good. Yeah. Earning our 3 cents.
A lot of games
today.
happening.
Yeah.
A lot of scores.
You wanted the 3 o'clock kickoff.
Matsumoto with a corner kick. Just right-footed in swinger. It's a chance for Williams with a shot. Visconti was there to save it. Where is this thing?
Where are you pulling?
As it goes out.
Got it? That's it.
It's better. So it's Raiders. Can they get the equaliser? After being 3-0 down, 2 goals in 2 minutes to Sudic.
Another turnover by Visconti.
As it goes out to Williams. Cleverly done, trying to find Toure. Okello Phillip wins it. Aaron Acton. Walls. Okello Phillip. Oh, not a good ball. Well done, Joel. All right, he's been good. Goes short. Alex Mullen loses it. Visconti's picked up. Goes to Carozzi. Carozzi looking for Acton. Acton can get the cross. Gets the cross. Chance for Raiders. Back post Sudic.
He's looking at a hat-trick.
Could have got a hat-trick the way he was going. He wins the ball back though. Tries to take on Mullen. The cross again. Punch there by Harpers. Okello Phillip crack it from there. No, he doesn't. Decides to go short to Monaco. This game has livened up as they try to go.
Carozzi keeps it in.
To Carozzi, and he's conceded the throw-in. Well done.
Where was this intensity half an hour ago? But as you said, Robbie Lippert, they just dropped their heads at 3-1, but something sparked them up.
Couple of goals, I reckon. Oh, there's my first touch. There you go.
So foul conceded by the Raiders, their 5th of the half, thanks to Green Play Australia. 38 and a half gone. Robbie, do you want to come up and get the wine, mate?
Sure will.
You got the youngest legs.
I've got a game tonight, remember?
Oh, sorry. We don't want to work you too hard down there, sitting down for 88 minutes. There's the ball now in the middle of the park. All right. Might do a hammy coming up those stairs. Ball to the far side now. Zafaridis. Up the line. Visconti under pressure. Visconti has now a beautiful deliver of the ball normally to Carter, but Fife in the way. Turned over. Monaco wins it back for the Raiders. Zafaridis plays it up the line. That was him there with a cross. Came from Sudic. Still alive. And Toure now trying to get it out of the danger zone. The ball now. Okello Phillip. Monaco under pressure from Fife, being held. Almost could have won a free kick. 3 red shirts around him. 2 now. And ran out of line in the end and ran out of support. So 40 minutes gone. Raiders 2, Campbelltown 3. They've awoken.
Five minutes plus timer to go, or 4.5. The throw in by Williams. Can Raiders get this equaliser? Okello Phillips cleared here by
Fifey anywhere will do now.
Ian Fife. Captain Van Dommel did well. Went back to his keeper. Up in the air it goes though. Oh, they've all left it for each other. Campbelltown have got out of it. Detroit asking for the ball, but Visconti's won the ball. He's woken up, hasn't he? Visconti's done well. Goes out, referee Cook right on the spot. Gives us a free kick.
7th foul conceded by the Campbelltown. And it's Visconti over the ball.
So Visconti will take this free kick for the Raiders. After being 3-0 down, 2 goals in 2 minutes to Sudic. Can they get this equaliser? Deep into attack they go. Cleared here by Campbelltown over the sideline. Throw in. Be taken here by, well, Monaco leaves it for Walls. Jackson Walls throws the ball deep into the penalty spot. Cleared here by Campbelltown.
Oh, this is it.
Goes to Detroit. He's one-on-one with the keeper. Runs onto it. Can he put the nail in the coffin? He does. Campbelltown will win this game on a counter-attack. Well done, Detroit. So Campbelltown lead 4-2.
Let's have a look at this on the replay. It all started from their defensive half. Definitely onside because he received the ball actually in his own defensive half. But still had a lot to do. He was taking the ball wide. The ball bobbling a little bit and keeper coming to narrow the angle down. But, gee, a good finish by Louis Detroit for Campbelltown in the end. And you would think that would just about be it. There you go. On that replay you could see
hearts fluttering.
The attack started in their defensive half. And
so Robbie Lippert down on the boundary. You got to go soon there.
Yeah, look, guys, the Raiders would not be happy about that. Fell asleep at the back there and got caught on the counter. That's not how you want to concede.
Rob's got a big game tonight. Who are you playing against tonight?
Good question. No, we've got Burks tonight.
Burks.
Burks at home at 7 o'clock, so I don't want to pay a $50 late fine, so I'm going to have to shoot straight away. So, Paul, I might have to tag team with you. And,
no worries, mate.
Take a change over.
Thanks, Robbie.
Thanks, Robbie, for your dedication. As a shot by the Raiders coming from Karossi. But no venom in that. It's a goal attempt. Was on target, though. First one of the game on target. Our first save of note for Nicholas Harpus.
To choose our man of the match too, Paul.
It's not going to be easy, but for me, I think the most consistent, the most effective has been Alex Mullen. That's just my view. Is now Torre trying to get a 5th for Campbelltown.
Before Robbie goes, hopefully, who do you think is our man of the match?
Look, if Marino was still in the park, we'd have to give it to him.
100%.
But from down here, Alex Mullen's absolutely running the show in that midfield. He's got so much composure and time on the ball and experience, and as you see right now, just having some fun.
That'll do for me as well.
Louis Detroit 2 goals, no fellas?
Look, Louis would have been my other choice, but from an engine point of view, I think Alex Mullen's.
Yeah,
my
he's
choice.
run all day. He's been accurate.
Unless he gets a hat trick.
Gets a hat trick. Yeah, I was just going to say that.
So
they gave him a bit of a scare, Raiders, though. 2 goals in 2 minutes.
3-2. They had the momentum, but
just 2 lackadaisy goals, though, haven't they?
A couple of gifts.
Gifts to Campbelltown. They're going to attack again. Alex Mullen.
He might want to score one himself.
He scores one, definitely.
He lines it up and shoots.
Has a shot just wide of the mark there. So it'll be a goal kick to Raiders keeper Nicholas Munro. Goes in towards the centre of the ground. Matsumoto's had a pretty good game too. So that goes over the sideline. It will be a throw in to the Raiders. Left side of the park. Go inboard. Campbelltown leading 4-2 here at the Croatian Sports Centre as Captain Van Dommel just sends it over the sideline. for a throw-in on the far side. Right-hand side of the park. Young Brandon Centofanti onto the park. Over the sideline it goes. Brandon Centofanti. Good touch to Matsumoto. Chance for the Campbelltown Red Devils. Goal number 5, Detroyer. Squares it up. Alex Mullins there as well. Centofanti. Matsumoto. Cross coming to Alex. Mullins hits
save.
the upright. Good save there by the keeper. Good bit of movement there by the Campbelltown Red Devils. So it goes over the goal line. So corner kick for the Campbelltown Red Devils.
Let's go flat, mate.
Still 0-0, Croydon versus Parry Hills. The other scores, West Adelaide's 1-1 against Blue Eagles. Adelaide United, Adelaide City, it's 2-2. It's all draws everywhere else. Metro Stars and Panthers 3-3. And the ball goes over the sideline once again. We've played 1.5 minutes of time on. Safaridis goes out to his captain in Van Dommel. Goes all the way back to his keeper Nicholas Munro. Right hand side to Walls. Good tackle there by Toure. Throw in taken. Tussling there. Aaron Acton and Williams as they go into attack. The Raiders. Campbelltown with the ball. Good turn there by Williams. Campbelltown Red Devils do clear it. It's too... Well, Detroit's not offside. He's got a chance to get his hat-trick. And he might get the Man of the Match award. Are we going to change it, Paul? I'm not sure. But Detroit makes it goal number 5 to Campbelltown and his hat-trick. I'm not sure if you got your ears on, Paul, but we might have to change our idea. Robbie Lippert did say if he gets a hat-trick.
I got my ears on, Robin.
Yeah.
You're right. How can you not give...
Well, Van Dommel's going to be sent off because he's got a yellow card for some reason, so he gets a red card.
Yeah.
Don't know what for. Are we changing our minds?
Oh, yeah,
Robbie,
you can't deny someone that's got a hat-trick man of the match.
So Louis Detroyer scored in the 62nd, 87th and the 93rd minute mark. 1-on-1 with the keeper once again. Knows how to put the goals away, hasn't he?
Certainly does, as you would say, Rob.
In the blink of an eye, it's gone to 5-2. That is unbelievable. So it's kick-off once again. Campbelltown controlling the game, 5-2 up. The other scores there, Paul. Final scores of West Adelaide and Blue Eagles, 1-1 draw. Metro Stars and Panthers still 3-3 there. Croydon Kings and Parry Hills, it's still 0-0. And final score here at the Croatian Sports Centre Heritage game. And win to Campbelltown. Campbelltown 5 defeating Adelaide Raiders 2. 5-2 to Campbelltown. And certainly looking the best team in the comp at the moment, Paul. The Campbelltown Red Devils. Sitting pretty on top of the table at the moment. Metro and Blue Eagles could be a draw. There's a draw. Blue Eagles drawing against West Adelaide 1-1. So they'll creep away from the Blue Eagles, and Metro Stars also. It's 3-3, but it's not final scores at the moment. Adelaide United and Adelaide City, it's a 2-2 draw there at the moment as well. So a lot to do. But Campbelltown controlling today's match of the round. Round 14 clash, proudly brought to you by Kanga. And it's the round 14 clash. It was the Heritage match.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So Paul Pellizzari is going to have a chat. The man of the match award going to hat-trick hero in Detroit, Luigi Detroit. And we'll have a chat with him in a moment. Still the other scores at the moment. Full time down at the Croydon Kings ground there, Paul. 0-0, Croydon Kings and Para Hills. I got that right. Missed out on the other two. And full time, not quite yet. Metro Stars and Panthers are still 3-3. And Adelaide United and Adelaide City needing those points. It's still 2-2 down at the, as we got full time, Metro Stars and Panthers is 3-3. All full times there except for the Adelaide United and Adelaide City. Paul's down there in the boundary with the Man of the Match award to Detroit, Luigi Detroit. Paul Pellizzari, take it away.
Thanks, Robbie. Yes, I'm here with our Green Play Australia Man of the Match. A couple of Claymore wine, bottles of Claymore wines down there, Louis Detroit. That was an interesting game, an intriguing game, and one that could have gone either way until the floodgates opened at the end.
Definitely, Paul. I mean, I thought our first half was not too bad. It wasn't great, but wasn't bad. We went in 1-0 at half time, obviously, which was good. We knew Raiders would start coming because they showed in the first half as well that they can be very dangerous. We got the second goal quickly, the third goal again quickly, and we were probably got a bit too complacent. And it shows you that in this league, if you switch off for 5-10 minutes, that anyone can hurt you, and they definitely did. So they scared us a little bit, but very thankful to come away with the win in the end.
We were questioning those changes made by Joe fairly early. Was it that complacency thing to give some of the boys a run?
I have to be honest, and I probably have to agree with you. Being on the park, I thought we were very comfortable. I understand the reason behind the changes, just to get minutes in the legs and whatnot and give some people a bit of a rest, but I thought we were doing very, very well and probably didn't need to change, but I understand the reason for them. So it's not my decision in the end, but I can understand where you guys are coming from, definitely.
Campbelltown started the season slowly, but you've certainly got your rhythm now. How have you seen Campbelltown building throughout this season?
You're right, we started pretty slowly. Obviously we didn't expect that at all, given the quality we have and, the year we had last year, but it happens, that's football. To be in our defence, we did have a few players coming back from some serious injuries towards the back end of last year, which made a big difference, but our last few weeks have been a bit average and we've managed to grind out the games, but I think today we showed that when we turn it on, we can definitely kill teams off.
You're a young boy, obviously. Your dad's played, he's been around for a bit. What are your thoughts on this heritage match today? I mean, you probably weren't around and copped some of the abuse that some of the migrants got in the early days, so you've come in the good part of life. But how do you see this heritage match and your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's good initiative from both the clubs. I think it'd be nice if the whole round did it, not just the two teams. You're right. Back when I was a kid, I was still watching, Catanzaro and Dom Signorello and Michael Matrish at Campbelltown, and I ended up playing with a few of those boys. So, I didn't get to see the old days, but no, it's good. It's good for a change, and I think we got a decent crowd out today as well, which is nice to see.
Up to you, Robbie. Got anything for Louis?
Yeah, the win today, Louis, puts you 3 points clear of Blue Eagles. They drew today, and also Metro Stars drawing. So you got a massive goal difference too. You got 36 goals forward, 17 against. So it creeps you away from the league a little bit. So it keeps you top of the table.
Yeah, well, obviously I didn't know the other results, but thanks for letting me know. Which is, it's a good thing to know that we're ahead. I think a few weeks ago we stuffed up against West Adelaide, conceding in the very last minute, which would have made a big difference to the ladder as well. But scoring goals isn't our problem. I think we average about 2.5, 3 goals a week, which is, incredible. It's just the other end of the pitch where we probably need to shore things up, which you saw today again.
You got a massive squad there, Louis. Daniel Mullen's gone overseas.
Mm-hmm.
I think he went on
he had to
somebody's wedding.
Ryan McGowan in Scotland. Yeah, he had his wedding.
His wedding, but it's a big squad. How does he keep everybody happy?
Good.
And Mark Marino, there's another one. Mark Marino's been in great form.
Yeah, Mark's been playing very well, starting to get back to 100% fitness, and his quality shines through when he's 100%. Adam Piscineri out as well today, which is a big out for us. But it just
100%.
shows you that the depth we have, anyone can come in and do a good job.
Is that it, Rob? Because he said about his defence, you've only considered 15 goals in 14 rounds, 16, 17 now, 14 rounds. But that going into this game, it's still a pretty good defensive line.
Yeah, it is good. I'm probably being a bit too harsh on the boys. If I was as defender, I'd probably say we're doing a good job, but I'm not. So I'll keep them on their toes.
And Louis, just finally, you got man of the match because you got a hat trick. Do you think you deserved it?
Probably for 85 minutes of the game I didn't, but for 5 I probably did. But I'll take it.
I'm sure you're going to watch this afterwards, and you'll note at the 85th minute.
We changed our mind.
At the 85th minute,
Oh, really?
we said if he gets his hat trick, he gets the man of the match. We couldn't deny you 2 bottles of wine for 3 beautiful goals.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Good on you, Louis.
You can share it with Alex Mullen.
All right, I'll give him one.
Good on you, Louis Detroit, the Green Play Australia man of the match.
Thanks to Paul, and our man of the match, as Paul said, Luigi Detroit, and certainly deserved it with a hat trick, scoring his hat trick in the 62nd minute mark, 87th minute mark, and 93rd minute mark. Raiders were down 3-0 at one stage, and as Louis said, Joey Mullen made a few of the changes, and certainly changed the game. The Raiders came back to 3-2, and were putting the pressure on the Campbelltown Red Devils, but Campbelltown Red Devils, in their credit, they held on and scored a couple of goals straight after that and make it a good win, 5-2 over the Raiders. So great result there by the Campbelltown Red Devils. Jim, I did send you the table if you want to get it out, because we got the live table. Oh, yes, that's okay. We can do the table a bit later. But good result, and Paul's going to do the actual stats when he gets ready up here. And they came back strong, Raiders, but just couldn't sustain that pressure on the Campbelltown Red Devils, and that little mistake that cost them the game virtually. What's wrong with you, mate? What is wrong with you?
That is hard work. I'm not young like Robbie Lippett. That is hard work. You're right about the bottle of wine going to one to Daniel Mullen.
Yeah.
Alex Mullen.
Alex Mullen.
And Louis Detroit. You can't deny someone who's scored a hat-trick, the man of the match. But, Alex Mullen was the general there for Campbelltown.
He was in the middle of the park just dishing it out. And as Robbie Lippett said as well, Mark Marino certainly was in great form. Great form. He's looking good. Never know, he might get another A-League contract next season.
I've got to breathe. I've got to add these things up, so you keep going with your summary, and then I'll give you some stats.
What is wrong with you?
Oh, I'm out of not.
It should be
shape.
final scores all over the grounds as I pick it up once again, and some interesting results too. In the Adelaide United and Adelaide City, still stuck on 2-2 for some reason. Not sure of the final scores there, but Metro Stars and Panthers was a 3-3 draw in that game. Croydon Kings and Parry-Eels, a 0-0 draw in that game. No goals in that one, obviously. West Adelaide and Blue Eagles. West Adelaide held the lead for quite a while, but Blue Eagles got the equaliser, so West Adelaide drawing 1-1 with the Blue Eagles. Not forgetting last night's game, it was Olympic running out winners after being 1-0 down too, 2-1 against the Comets. And they go into next week's FFA Cup Grand Final full of confidence.
Absolutely, in good form.
And
very
Adelaide
good form.
City getting 2 draws in 2 weeks. I'm not sure, but it'll be a good FFA Cup.
Be a very
Grand
interesting
Final.
one. Just quickly, these stats, thanks to Green Play Australia. Raiders had 7 attempts on goal, 6 off target, 1 on target, compared to Campbelltown having 9 attempts on goal, 7 on target and 2 off target. So that tells you something in itself, that Campbelltown a lot more clinical, and I probably missed a couple of those out because I was down there with those goal attempts as well. Saves, the keeper for the Raiders made 5 saves in total compared to only 2 by Nicholas Harpers for Campbelltown. That tells you a story in itself as well. And fouls, 11 fouls Raiders conceded in the game compared to Campbelltown 13. That's an interesting stat that I don't know what you can really read into that. It was a very clean game in my view. That red card was a second yellow for Adam Van Dommel. What was that, back chat or a bad challenge? I missed that. I was down.
No, it might have been a chat. Might have been, he said something, so the referee's gone back, give him a yellow card, didn't realise he gave him a yellow card before, checked it out and gave him the red.
4 corners to
Yellow
the
and red.
Raiders, 4 corners to Campbelltown, so that was pretty even. Look, it was a game that up to the 80th, well I suppose when it was 3-2, Raiders were very much in the game, but Campbelltown it's like they clicked in another gear and thought, okay, we've got to accelerate away. You heard about the word complacency, that might have come into it from a few sides of the story there, but once they saw the red flag or a bit of danger, they certainly put their foot on the accelerator and took off from the Raiders.
Still on a couple of apps, on both apps, still got Adelaide United and Adelaide City 2-2, but the game hasn't finished. So I don't know what's happening down there, but the game's still locked at 2-2. Unless somebody's had a bad injury.
Something could have happened, who knows? So there it is, it's the heritage match today. The Adelaide Raiders unfortunately losing, how's our scoreboard here? What was it in the end, Rob?
5-2.
5-2. Campbelltown, a bit of a scare there at 3-2, but then they just clicked in another gear and made that final score 5-2. Anything to add to that? We've just gone around the grounds for the final scores.
Went around the grounds, as I said, Adelaide United, Adelaide is still locked at 2-2. It's finished. Metro Stars 3-3 against Panthers, a good result by the Panthers.
Absolutely.
They took the lead 3-2, and they came back, Metro, to make it 3-3. West Adelaide, another good result for them. How many draws have they had in a row?
Well,
West Adelaide.
all those points count up, and at the end of the season, it's going to be very telling.
And even Adelaide United, I reckon this is their 3rd or 4th draw in a row.
A point for Adelaide City is not good enough at this stage.
No. So, but West Adelaide drawing, so that still
gap's
keeps
still
them
3.
Still 3 points, yeah.
Okay, that's about it from us here for Heritage Match. Good initiative by Joe from JS Sports. We would like
Well
to
done,
see
Joe.
it expanded, as even young Louis said, to be a heritage
What about
round.
heritage for the commentators? What would we wear?
Please. We'd like to thank you for your viewership. Hope you enjoyed the game. We'd like to...
Don't forget the FFA Cup final next week.
Okay, well, you say that and then I'll thank the boys.
Okay. Don't forget FFA Cup final next Saturday at Highmar Stadium, Cooper Stadium. It is Olympic up against Adelaide City.
The very troubled
2:30
Adelaide
kickoff.
City too at the moment. Very troubled.
They could win the FFA Cup, though.
Once again, thanks for you guys watching through Facebook Live and YouTube Live. We'd also like to thank, partly the A team is back. Pete Senior is back from holiday, and Chappie, of course, and of course, keeping it all together, Jimbo, our producer, and of course, yours truly, Paul Pellizzar and Rob Peppicelli, bringing you the action. A big thank you too to Robbie Lippert, who had to go and play. So he came and went, but we thank him. Thank you. We'll see you next time. See you at Highmarsh next Saturday.
nearly 7,000 Insta followers,
Wow.
but I didn't expect one of them to run into the back of my car.
No, but with your RAA comprehensive car insurance, if it's a write-off, you get the sum insured or market value, whatever's highest.
Oh, that's good.
Because all claims are handled here in SA, it won't be a hassle for you.
Great.
Looks like it was a bit more than a double tap.
Hashtag dad joke.
We do more. Get a quote today.